Alrighty, let's get started. Let's take this away, and here we are. Here we are at D12. It does work for now. I swear it's on my list of things to fix. It breaks like halfway through the stream sometimes. And all it is like I've written this very sticks and glue kind of socket connection thing, and it just needs to check and make sure the thing's still active, and if it's not, then it needs to reconnect, essentially. At least I think that's what's going on, and I just need to write that into the loop somehow. We'll see, but hey, it does work, at least for the first half of the stream. It's the channel point rewards. All the other alerts work just fine, but the channel point thing is something I kind of made myself, so... Anyway, yeah, what do we got here? We're gonna have a cozy little stream. I guess I should probably, again, this is by no means required. I'm just going to put that there in case people end up wanting to see 15 runes. But assuming we don't do 15 runes, we're going to have a cozy rest of the character, I think. I mean, we'll see how Yredelemnul goes in the late game, but I think it'll be fine. Especially since they've added, like, so much in the way of being able to revive monsters you used to not be able to. On the other hand, we haven't done any lair branches yet, so even though we're doing really well equipment-wise, anything could happen at this point. Magic resistance, though, is really high. Like, I'm not hurting on that today, which is incredibly good. That's like the most important thing in my opinion, and also objectively. And we did orc really easily because no paralyze. Even if we start looking at things like a lich, 0% chance of slow there. Ancient lich, still 1% chance of petrify, but if we gain like a level or two, that'll go away probably. We do gain a little bit of natural MR per level. Anywho, yeah, let's figure out where it is that we're gonna go. I feel like this character might even be able to go ahead and do elf. It's not gonna. We don't have our elec, which is painful there. I tend to prefer to have a little bit more in the way of omni resistance when I do that. How do we have RC+++? One's from the shield. We have the scarf, we have the shield, and we have the ring. That's a lot. Probably going to end up switching that scarf out for some kind of cloak, considering our situation, but, who knows. Maybe we'll stick with it for life. But really, I just want more generic defense. Lair branches. We've got swamp and spider. I think swamp is pretty easy. I mean, if I look at God, what are they called? What's the witches or whatever? Venstrider witch. 0% chance of paralyze, and we got our poise. So hell yeah, swamp is the obvious choice. Yeah. Okay. Trident is my B. We'll just... Yeah, it's +7. It's kind of slow, but we should be able to just melee with this. I guess I was probably, I was using the whip, but... I mean, it's whatever. Let's just, there's a bunyip. Let's AA. Things like the bunyip could be an issue, but check this out, man. Look at that. Casual paralysis from, I don't see it in the log, actually. It's somewhere around here. The bunyip suddenly stops moving. I guess I don't get to see the actual message from any kind of spell cast. Well, the skeletal warriors don't last forever. That's temporary, but yeah, it's very strong. Whoa! Hey, it's Mlioglotl. We just talked about him. Possibly being our friend. Really a bit spooky that he showed up here. Really annoying, actually. Hey, Cyborg. I like that emote. Man. Do I want to bind him? I mean, if I don't remember how bind works in terms of, like, does that immediately lose my existing bound soul? Only one soul can be bound at a time. I don't know how it works. Do we want to just keep our friend Rupert? HP is a bound soul 127, HP 111. I honestly think I'm just going to keep Rupert. He's much simpler. He doesn't interfere with Torchlight or whatever. Hurl Torchlight. Whereas Mlioglotl absolutely will with the summons. I'm sure it's very, very powerful. But I don't know. I can just read a vulnerability and watch Rupert own just about anything. I don't, yeah, I don't think there's a problem here. Let's just order to attack, yeah. Okay, he made some nasty trees, but didn't really summon anything. Which is good. Mlioglotl churns violently. Yeah, he's just got the might and the corrupt. Let's just take a step here. He spams, yeah, he can spam the corruption, which is a bit spooky. Oh, right. It can just straight up make walls. Or I guess replace walls. I think that actually made a wall right there. Can he... I wonder if he can, like, lock off the exit to swamp. That would be scary. Why don't we tell everybody to run away, actually? So if he spams that... Because that'd be pretty scary, wouldn't it? You're terrified of Mlioglotl. Is he... Yeah, he is spamming corrupt. Boy. That's a couple of Elenomas. You know, I think this is worth using a telly. There's just too much crap here. I'm gonna order them all to attack him. Yeah, he can do big boy damage while mighted, although it's, I mean, he's pretty hurt. I might go ahead and root him. Wow. There's just a lot of damage possible here. Our shield probably blocks this crap, but, you know, you never really know. I almost want to fathom the shackles. I think I'm going to actually torchlight. Okay, fine. That's fine. We're going to recall our guys. That didn't send us as far as we would like. Wow, that's a weird-looking barding. Just a regular barding. Okay, there's a hasted abomination. It's only a small A-bomb, that's easy enough. I thought that was a large A-bomb. I'm not real familiar with the tiles anymore. He's a summon, so we're not going to get a zombie or anything out of him. Although I think they're considered to be undead anyway, so... Yeah, they are. Thank you, Cyborg. Alright, he paralyzed the Elenoma, which tells me that, my god, his spell power is just amazing. Because that's 3 pips of magic resist, and he just did it anyway. That's incredibly sick. We're going to charm a couple of things, just because this entrance vault is completely miserable. So we're just going to charm these basic guys coming at us. Probably not the bog body. Oh, we got the bog body. Alright. Okay, we've got this brain worm with brain bite. And he is absolutely brain biting me. We'll order to attack. He is spamming me down. Okay. He's trying to take my mana away. I wonder if the 4-headed Hydra... Yeah, zombie Hydras still go real fast in the water. It's kind of cool. obsidian bats are not resistant to electricity, so let's just zap him down. And hey, there's our boy again. I'm willing to burn a few charges to clean this up. Like, this entrance vault is completely miserable with Mlioglotl here. So we'll have them take down the melanoma. Melanoma. And then we just keep rootsing here. Wow, he busts right out of that. Kind of burning through my evokes here. Tried to charm the dragon, no luck there. Well, that is a ghoul. Alright, let's finally take down Mlioglotl. Gonna root him. Hopefully he actually gets stuck this time, and he does. Now we're gonna torchlight one more time. We can spam this a good little bit, is the thing, because of our faith amulet. Alright, he is down. Very good. His potent corpse.
So, isn't this great?
It is great. Check it out. It's the Mlioglotl Spectre. Sadly, we don't get to keep him. He's not a real bound soul. But, I mean, he'll last for the floor, which is kind of nice. I feel like we can just O-tab now. I burned through a slightly appreciable amount of resources dealing with that, but I was honestly worried that Corrupt would straight up create walls around the lair entrance, which would have ended the run, actually. Not so good. I've never, like, sat there and let him corrupt 400 times in a row. Probably a good argument for him not being allowed to do that a bunch of times, but I feel like the walls go away over time, but I honestly don't remember. But no, I feel good about, I feel perfectly good about taking that unique out and not using him as a bound soul. I honestly think somebody like Rupert is better in some ways. Like, obviously, hey, there's a cloak. Obviously Mlioglotl is more flashy and has a little more HP, and, you know, the corruption spam, I'm sure, is very strong. But as I was saying, it makes using torchlight more complicated, because you can't really use that without damaging and therefore dissipating your demonic summons or whatever. Some of those would be undead, to be fair. I don't know. Okay, maybe I shouldn't tab so much here. Man, am I really attacking at speed 1.0? How is that possible? Is the shield really screwing me that much? Yeah, 0.9, 1.0. Wow, okay. It is what it is. I mean, it is a large shield, to be fair. We'll maybe keep the +6 Ring of Intelligence in case we get stat zeroed. Okay, because he died first, this Hydra gets mited, which is maybe not so great for me. I'll just use a little lightning rod. Can't quite tab through a Hydra with this axe. I do need to swap if I'm gonna help my bros. Wow. This dispersal trap is miserable. Always gotta help your bros, it's true. Alrighty, a +2 Broadaxe of Chaos. That's cute. We're not going to be using it. I like that the Felid ghosts actually look like Felids. Yeah, we're not going in here. What a miserable little vault. When they decided to start throwing chaos, living chaos weapons in some of these vaults, you know, there's just really no reason to ever step in there. Because when you open that door, they can move in and attack you and paralyze you instantly, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that unless you drink haste first, which, you know, why would you? There's a Lignify in there, there's a little gold in there. It's just nothing is worth it. There's a staff, which who cares? There's a, I mean, there's the axe itself if I wanted it, but I don't. So on and so forth. Not a lot there, really. Just realized we have this identify. I don't like to fight these things next to trees. As you can see, they just go straight up to full HP, but... Alright. Deal with this, Rupert. Rupert, you're supposed to be paralyzing her. Thank you, Rupert. Alright, we need to drop some stuff. We'll drop the sling, drop the stones, drop the boomerangs. Sometimes you gotta send Rupert in. Rupert's your bro. He's here to help. This is a lot of crap. I should probably be a little more careful. Rupert is now the main character of this run, yes. He's got that renegade spirit, it's true. Oh my god, okay. This is more damage possible than I would like. I'm gonna be more careful. I'm gonna drink one curing. Okay, I am going to I am going to throw curare at this fella. My defenses are just not, they're not quite in the position they need to be for me to do what I'm doing here. Okay, that didn't work. Melanomas are like, yeah, 3d24, but it's heavily resisted by AC, so with 20 AC, it's not gonna do 70 damage to me. But you should assume it will anyway, you know, just for safety. Okay. We'll use AB. We'll order everybody to swing on him. That's interesting that there's a damn air mage in here. That's like a depths tier enemy. Well, I certainly would like to stay in this position. His lightning's not going to bounce on me, so it'll just land on a tree and then burn it. But lacking Aurelec, that can be pretty spooky. I do like the fact that we have a resistance potion, though. Yeah, I don't know. They've done some weird things to Swamp. I think they're like desperately trying to make Swamp harder, and they've completely jumped the shark at this point. Like the Finstrider witches at least were thematic, even if I thought they were like a bad addition. But just throwing random crypt and depths enemies in, I don't know about that. So I zapped that Bunyip a couple times because I don't want Rupert to die. We are on Swamp 4, so it looks to be like It looks as though we are about to hit up the rune vault based on these wacky demon enemies that are coming out. I think we got the T-Mons ending again. I think it has to be. I don't like how hurt Rupert is, but I don't know. It is what it is. Let's switch to the whip so we can attack fast. I mean, I'm gonna get all these hydras as my friends, and it's gonna be totally fine. Hopefully they just don't attack Rupert too much. None of them became zombies. That's wild. It's uncommon. Dude, Rupert is going nuts. Okay, I guess I'll maybe torchlight here to try to take out that shadow demon. I'm gonna torchlight again. I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about my piety or anything because of the faith. I just want to make Rupert strong. Okay, one more. Okay, good. Shadow Demon can summon all kinds of crap, so it's just painful. Well, that's interesting. How's come he's not mited anymore? I could have sworn I just mited him with torchlight. Does it really only last like 2 turns? That's suspicious. Does it not empower the bound souls? No, it says Rupert is empowered. That's so strange. Anyway, we got our Spectral Green Death and our Spectral Shadow Demon. Kind of cool. This is a large A-bomb, by the way. What's he hit for? Like, yeah, 32. We're in such a weird position because our defenses they're good, but they're such that I can still take a reasonably big hit if I'm not careful. I do have to be careful with things like Green Deaths. Usually they're like a pushover, but at this point in the game, those Venom Bolts can be no joke. I almost want to use Fathomless Shackles just to see what it's like, but that piety cost is massive. But then again, I want to see if it works against undead. Like, if I look at the Green Death, the resist negative is infinity, so I want to see this. I'm going to use it just to see. I mean, it's fine. Fathomless Shackles. So my piety didn't even drop off max, so, I mean, that's great. It really does look like evil Sanctuary, I guess. It doesn't do anything on the first turn, which is pretty spooky, actually. If we look at each enemy, it says they're bound in place, so they can still attack me. We're gonna take a swing. Okay. Yeah, I think all of this stuff is immune to negative energy damage, and so nothing is happening. That's what's going on here. Because it should be draining them, but it's not. Although you would think that the slime creatures would be getting drained, because there's one inside the range of it. But I see no messages about damage from that ability. Huh. That makes that not a great ability. I had hoped it would just drain HP regardless of resistances or anything. Well, the weirdest thing though is that we don't even see messages about it. Like, is the tooltip perhaps just wrong? Life force will be continuously drained to restore your own. If you say so. You know? By the way, did Rupert die? I think Rupert might have died. Hope not. We saw him a minute ago. I don't see him now. Yeah, I think Rupert got GG'd. I'm gonna MO. We have RF++. It's pretty safe. It's okay. He'll be back. He doesn't come back. He's not like a Hebliakana ally. He's definitely gone forever if he is dead, and this MO is probably... Oh, wait, no, he's right there. Well... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's in the middle of a lot of flames here. Hopefully he lives. He's gonna have to survive quite a few flames. Rupert the Unkillable, yeah. Alright. I'm being a little bit silly by, like, sitting in the middle of all this crap. Do I even need to telly, though? I feel like I could just walk away after blowing these. Yeah, Rupert's dead, I think. Yeah, you destroy Rupert. Sorry, guys. Rip. Rip Rupert. It is what it is. This is why Bound Soul is kind of difficult to fool around with. Yeah. We're not gonna be in melee with a Titanic Slime. So here's a question. If this sanctuary is still going, what does that actually do? Within Yredelemnul's grip, so is it actually... I wonder, is it actually doing anything, you know? We're gonna do curing to get that poison off. I came here for Rupert Pepe hands. Hi all. Sorry, I'm sorry about Rupert. He's taking a little nap right now. He's okay. He's just taking a nap. Yeah, see, he totally. Okay, we're gonna roots this guy. Oh, nope. Well, you know what? Guess what? Guess what? I'm a frog. I'm hopping. This is the tankiest T-Mons of all time. So I told my guys to come to me, and I'm ordering them to attack. One more roots. There we go. Alright, I avoided using a telly, which I feel good about. I feel less good about sacrificing Rupert. It's kind of unnecessary. I feel like I should be using my Bound Souls the same way that I used to use the old school Biog allies, which is keeping him off the screen unless I need him specifically to deal with a particular problem. So, just because Rupert's dead doesn't mean we're necessarily done using those. Even if I don't have a unique on hand, I could use like a Titan. You know, Titans are good. The run does continue. I like Titans a lot actually because they have that smite, so they can do useful things no matter where they are on the board. They have big HP. Any kind of big melee bruiser is useful. I forget if the Deep Elf Death Mages actually create Lost Souls, but if they do, those are an interesting pick as well. Okay, we just kind of overpowered the Elenoma, even though it was next to a tree. Typically you want to pull them away from trees if you can. Yeah, I basically tried to man mode my way through this vault, and it wasn't the right move at 21 AC, 13 EV. I paid the price. Or I guess Rupert did. It's hard not to feel some hubris with this with Yredelemnul though. You just get this giant steamroll of, you know, minion army and you think you're unstoppable, but surprise, your defenses still suck. Or maybe they don't, depending on the character. Okay, Amulet of Reflection. So I officially have a choice to make, which is whether or not... Actually, I've had an Amulet of Reflection, apparently. Do I want to swap off of Faith? And I probably do, eventually. I don't know if I care about Faith on Yredelemnul. I don't know if I really care about being able to spam Torchlight. I think I don't know. I think I really like, I think I prefer having more SH and reflection. I don't care about the reflection too much. I care about the SH. So I'll probably pop off Faith and just eat a piety, eat some piety loss here real quick. I mean, reflection is huge in elf. Any point of SH helps a lot when you have iron shots and crystal spears heading your way. Anyway, we got the rune. We got our first rune. So we got to decide where we're going now. I generally speaking like to avoid spider for as long as I can because it's just a really spooky place to be, even with the resistances that you want. On the other hand, Yredelemnul should make it pretty straightforward. Minions will help a lot there. Let's pop on reflection. We'll drop faith. We lose 2 points of piety, which hurts. Hurts a lot. That's okay. We'll get it back. We'll go down. We'll do this. We get less minions, I guess. Slowing is not so great. But we have to... Huh. Do we have a way to take him out at ranged? Not really. Spider sack and spider thematic, yes. This is a problem. This torpor snail is going to make my life really, really hard right now. Quicksilver, does that reach? Yeah, it does. I mean, I could fight this stuff, but there could be all manner of nonsense that shows up. Let's open up with roots on this Tarantella because I really, it has occurred to me I don't want to be slowed fighting the perma confuse, you know? The torch is lit, so we're gonna swing. We're gonna get some allies. We're gonna order everybody to attack the torpor snail. Okay, and we're even gonna roots the torpor snail. Being slow in here, not great. I can always hop. Charm the steel barbworm, very good. Oh my god! That's outrageous, there's a second one. Did they up the spawn rate on those or something? Alright, I charmed another wolf spider. We're okay. Typically I wouldn't fight while slowed, but... Hey, I'm happy to have sack of spiders. We actually need to take evocations up now, because that's really good. Evocation should be like 15 or something. So we'll take it to 10 though for now. Hey, my piety's coming back up. Not as fast as it would be with the Faith Amulet, but we have 27 SH, so I can't complain. Where's my Arpoise coming from? That ring? I know we have a cloak of Arpoise now, and I feel like I'm probably making a mistake by wearing resistance over that. So I think maybe at the end of this floor I will swap. I'm not gonna risk swapping though. With the floor unexplored, because 5 turns and 10 turns are a lot. 5 to take off, 5 to put back on. These spiders are quite fast. Oh yeah, actually, Broadaxe of Venom is really good in here now that I think about it. Whoa! Pharaoh Ant. Well, not versus him. They have... It's like halfway undead themed now, so some things are just immune to poison My god, these Pharaoh ants are actually no joke. Hmm. Wow, everything's gonna become simulacra. That's really, really powerful. I mean, not versus us because we have big RC, but that could be really ugly on a different character. They have buffed the hell out of this branch. It's incredible. Did you miss much? Not really. I just did swamp. Then there's these sun moths. It's like they want every branch to have everything. I mean, that's something I just don't understand. Like, why? What is the purpose, you know? Yeah, no, I do as well, and so I guess I'm just confused. Like, why homogenize everything so much? Does that make the game better? I don't think it makes the game better. I think it's more interesting both mechanically. I'm gonna hop over here because of I'm not gonna be able to chase him down. Let's disintegrate. Okay, I used the simulacrum to eat that attack. I don't know, I think it's more interesting when you know what to expect from branches and they have individual sorts of challenges until you reach the late game, in which case, like, kind of, you gotta deal with most things at the same time. But in the mid game, I think the cool thing... Oh, Jesus. That's a big boy drain. I don't know, I just think it's more interesting to like, have specific challenges to overcome in specific branches. Because then you have to make meaningful decisions mechanically. Like, oh gee, I don't have magic resistance, so I'm going to delay orc. Oh gee, I don't have poison resistance, I'm going to delay spider, whatever. But now it's like, I'm in spider and I have to have negative energy resistance and fire resistance and cold resistance, otherwise I'm having a bad time. And it just kind of takes away... I just don't think these people are thinking through any of the decisions they're making, which they never really have, but... Rare spawns or something? Yeah, that's the thing. Uniques were always the mechanism by which the player was challenged in unexpected ways, and that was fine because there was a limit, right? It wasn't just in the damn spawn table, you know? Shock wasp and entry weavers, yeah. Yeah, it's like omni everything. Like, what... Omni resistance required. And it's like, if I wanted to do that, I'd go to elf. I just don't understand what they're thinking, you know? It's a little confusing. No, exactly, Stormworm, and it's like, then it's like an obvious sign, like, oh gee, I might need to use resources to deal with this, whereas adding every type of challenge everywhere, for one, that makes it boring, and for two... I mean, I'm not trying to argue like, oh no, it's too hard. I just think it's less interesting. I think that it's not good design. Jeez. Potion of mutation. We finally found one. Not that we're mutated, but you know. Okay. We'll wait for that to come to us. I wonder if I can melee this. 40 damage, and it summons spiders. I think we're okay to melee this, but you never really know. I mean, we do have the poison, so... Which does work against this guy, and hopefully against everything it summons. Yep. I like how it becomes like a baby zombie, like a baby spider-looking zombie. This is the other problem with Spider. Not really a problem, just an aspect of it. The floors can be really tiny. This is tiny-ish, and basically we had to fight the whole floor in a very limited area. Wow! That's cool. Instantly teleported. That's super cool. It's really rad and awesome and not dumb at all. Maybe a preemptive shackles. Lack of negative energy resistance. It's just so weird. It's so weird needing negative energy resistance in here all of a sudden. I think I'm going to go ahead and sack, actually. Use the torch. I mean, we're about to get probably a ton of piety just from doing this, so maybe I actually should do the shackles. It's a little greedy, but it's probably fine. And now I want to see like what it does versus living enemies, you know? The Tarantella is afflicted by dizzying energies because my Tarantella that I summoned from my sack made it confused. Very good. Yeah, I'm starting to think that. I mean, I have 10 invocations, which is not bad. I'm starting to think that the description of the grip is just wrong. How did I just get marked? Oh, there was a trap. I didn't see the trap. Yeah, I'm not getting healed. And nothing is taking damage. That's really funny. Have they really reached the level of incompetence that they're just going to put that into the description and it's not there? I'm going to look at it again. What's it called? Grip? Something grip. Fathomless shackles. Engulfs the user's surroundings in Yredelemnul's inexorable grip. So long as you remain within this profane sanctuary, which I am, all hostiles that share it with you will be bound in place and their life force will be continuously drained to restore your own. I just don't think that's happening. It's fascinating. Okay, let's take a step, I guess. I'm at 130 HP. My HP is not going up. Their HP is not going down. My allies are attacking them and stuff. That's nuts, dude. They really just put that in the description and it doesn't do it. So you're telling me this quote-unquote ultimate ability, which is meant to sort of mimic Zen Sanctuary, all it does is hold enemies in place. I mean, that's alright. It's not a bad ability, I guess. It's, like, useful, but it's kind of weird for the piety cost. That is so strange. How many blink do we have? We have 9. Good. This is like an ugly situation, actually. Probably time to go ahead and use poison, come to think of it. Wow, though. Am I wrong that that's, like, really weird that that would be in the description? I'm gonna read poison. Wait, is my HP finally going up? I just went from 130 to 138. So is it just like weirdly inconsistent? Let me take a look at how that happened. I don't see it in the log. You read the scroll of poison, so that's where I took my action. And I went from 130 to 138, I think. But there's nothing in the log about anybody taking damage or me gaining HP. Hasn't Neo Yredelemnul been in the game for like a couple versions now or something like that? Didn't somebody say that last time? Am I out of my mind here that it's bizarre that this is sat in the game with under this condition? All right. All right. Well, officially the screen is hard to look at. So I would really like to take out the Entropy Weaver. He is going to be poisoned here in a second. This looks like a great place to haste, actually. What is what? The green? I used Scroll of Poison, which puts a poison cloud on every unoccupied tile. Man, this is starting to look like a good place to haste. I feel like I can get away with not doing it, though. It's just a question of how greedy I want to be. The things that I'm truly afraid of, which is the Pharaoh ants, are not going to be moving towards me, although if I could take those out... Let Let me read this again. It binds the souls of its allies when slain, allowing them to fight after death as simulacra. So as long as we leave him alive, I don't have to deal with the simulacra for a minute. I'm actually tempted to MO, but I know I shouldn't. Can we reach him with lightning? We can, but we only have the one charge. I can't silence him. Oh, wait. Entropic Weave is affected by silence. Alright, well, that's an obvious choice. Doot, 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 doot. Oh. It would help if I noticed that there was a dude between me and him. Do we have cancel? Yeah, we good. We do, okay. We are good there. So I can take off, you know, the acid stacks if he starts doing it. All right, I'm gonna roots here. Okay, corroded. We are corroded. That could add up fast. Man, this is getting ugly in a hurry. I had hoped I wouldn't have to tally, but I think I do. Well, hold on. What's the speed of a Pharaoh ant? It's speed 10. Nope, a speed 140. 1.4. 10.4 or whatever. 14. Speed 14. Of course, I'm speed, you know, lower than 10, so as a Barachian, so I probably should be hopping anyway. The Pharaoh ants are like a really frustrating problem because they, like, they do a lot of damage, so you want to take them out, but then they have that irritating effect, so you don't. It's kind of an interesting problem. I mean, you do want to take them out eventually, but maybe, like, once your allies have dealt with it. Now, I really don't want to haste now because I know I'm going to have to cancel if I get much more corroded. We've got the roots on the Entropy Weaver, so he's taking damage every turn, and he's taking damage every turn from the poison, which is great. I kind of want to save my hop in case this orb spider gets frisky with me, although we should have enough allies that it's not a problem. I want this redback gone. Well, it looks like a good time to hurl Torchlight, actually. Except we can't. We can't hit the thing we want to hit. Wish it was that call down Torchlight. I guess I could do this and empower my dudes. Oh, wait. No, I hit my own spider. I don't want to do that. I don't want to trade a spider for a few might buffs on my allies, you know. 58% chance to disintegrate the crawler. The redback's gonna die to the poison and whatnot. Let's just disintegrate. Killed the redback. That should become a zombie. Okay. The grip is doing a good job of keeping the Pharaoh ants pinned, so that's working out for me. I'm still basically full HP. I guess the thing is healing me, even if it's not, like, really telling me that it's healing me. My HP is just kind of quietly going up, which is a little odd, but whatever. If anybody sees that in the log, if I'm just, like, blind, I would love to know. Why don't we order everybody? I still only have the one corrode stack. Order everybody to swing on the Weaver. Corroded again. I may very well end up drinking. Drinking the cancel. Let's take a step. Okay, he's bound in place. Pharaoh ant's bound in place. The other one died, unfortunately, so now everybody's going to become a simulacrum. We have an orb of destruction heading from the bottom left. I am officially going to read Telly, and maybe I can get a staircase up, although, you know, it is what it is if I can't. The Reaper's gone. The corrosion guy's gone. Whatever What are those guys called? They're not reapers. Reaper is a very specific thing. Weaver is what I was trying to say. Alright, I'm not gonna hop. I'm gonna wait until the orb gets a little bit closer to me and we'll see. No, I am gonna hop. Here I go. Then I'll take less damage. Oh, there's another weaver. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Alrighty. Wow. This is ugly. I want the telly to kick in, but who knows where it's going to send me, you know? So we really need to be canceled off. I want to cancel and haste, really. But I don't know. Being corroded next to this Emperor Scorpion is not great. I'm being a little greedy with my resources here. We've got 9 blinking. I think I can afford to use one. I think I'm more inclined to fear, actually, even though I have a smaller number of those. Because the telly could kick in, the fear remains useful even after I've used it. These things will run for a while, so if the telly lands me close by, it's no big deal. So let's go ahead and fear. Okay, yeah, and then I instantly... a couple things died. That's kind of funny. I'm still marked, but I can go up if I want to. Okay. Of course, Mlioglotl is making me want to not go up, is a thing. So it becomes a matter of, like, do I care more about piety or resources? Because if I want to continue fighting, probably I'm going to need to use a few resources, like maybe cancel and haste. But if I go up, I can just kind of rest and stare dance this. I think I don't like Yredelemnul now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. Taking away my ability to stare dance makes me real sad. And it's not even in like a fun way, like B-Crawl does it. Oh yeah, there's too much stuff. I'm going up. Return the torch's flame to Yredelemnul. You feel their disdain for your failure. So those are the devs just like giving you grief. Yredelemnul offers no second chances. Oh, by the way, we found, that reminds me, we found enchant armor. We should be using that on our shield, yeah. There's another one. Yeah, this is the proper way to deal with these guys. Just 1v1 them, you know? Just use your enemies to absorb the orbs of destruction for you. Kind of hopped past him so I wouldn't get hit by the orb. It'll circle you a little bit, generally speaking, and in cramped close quarters like this, it'll simply bounce away. Okay, this is mildly annoying that the melee are here, and we have no hop. Man, this mid-game was supposed to be cozy, but it's the spider is actually causing me some issues. Those melee go down really hard to cure RA, so let's do that. Okay. Okay. I've really got to take down the melee and the Weaver. I'd like to... Let's see, the Tarantella is not mine. Let's do it like this. See the other melee coming. I may have to start burning blinks here in a second. Oh my god. Okay. Yep, that's too ugly. And we are barbed, another thing to keep in mind. Okay, we're gonna start burning blinks. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, Spider is just, it's completely, it's overtuned, I think, for the last few versions, including this one. It's like, it's kind of crazy how much more crap Spider has these days. I would make the argument that for a lot of characters you would rather be an elf, which is kind of nutty if you think about it. What do we want to do here? I'm almost tempted to go ahead and read my summonings. Compare it to Snake? So yeah, Snake is much easier. Pro elf channel. It's pro going to elf, but I mean, I don't think the elves are really happy when you're there. Let's, you know what? I'm gonna read, yeah, I'm gonna read Poison, actually. Which is gonna make those melee leave me the hell alone. Kind of, sort of. I mean, that is what you bring to them. Okay, he's corroding me. That's fine as long as nothing's next to me. Was hard enough as it was. That's the thing, is like even old school Spider gave you plenty of challenge. Because what it would do is occasionally you would just have to fight a million things. And there would be the Moths of Wrath, and there would just be the generic, you know, big boy damage of the regular sort of kinetic variety. And it was really no big deal. You had a fun challenge without it feeling unfair. This does not, I don't know if it feels unfair, but it feels unfun because of just like how much crap it stacks. Oh, we got our barbs off. I could walk away if I wanted to, but things are faster than me is the thing. I want to take out the Entropy Weaver. That's kind of enemy number one here. I'm corroded by 8. And Disintegrate just doesn't want to take down the Scorpion. He is just not having it. Alright, it's fine. No, I'm not gonna read summons now that my poison is out. That's goofy. I'm gonna try one more Mind Burst. Nope. With this level of corrosion, I can't risk swinging. Like, he hits for 50 damage, possibly. Which is not going to destroy me. I probably should have Root Stem. There's no, yeah, I'm gonna Roots one time. I'm gonna risk it. He can't kill me in one hit. Alright, yeah, negative. Huh, he corroded me again, but I'm only at -8. Does it max out now? Is there actually a max? That's interesting. Alright, I'm gonna drink Heal Wounds. We're gonna run the risk of taking a bit of damage here. Okay, good. The roots did... Nope, that was my zombie dying. JK. 100 HP now, though, and the melee eye's off the table, so I can't really take damage here. Well, I mean, except from the Scorpion. I could Roots. I think I'm gonna swing. Okay, good. Good. That's huge. Okay. Melee eye's still slowed, but unfortunately she's not in the poison, so I think, obviously, we take a little step. and then the tile next to her magically stops being poisoned. Very good. And by very good, I mean very bad. So much crap in the way. I could move up and to the left and block vision, forcing her to come closer. But it also kind of traps me in this situation a little bit more than I would like. Spider is pretty horrifying now. It's a pretty good word for it. Pretty accurate word for it. I have my hop now. Yeah, I have my hop. So I'm just going to order to attack. If I start taking a bunch of damage... Yeah, she's doing the little dance behind the wall thing that the AI does sometimes. I'm corroded, but I can just, you know, I can just like hop all the way to the staircase, basically. I could swap to my trident and start swinging, but I don't want to. Alright, here's the question. Will the steel barb worm zombie be able to take out the Mlii? I think I'm actually gonna, you know, what am I doing? I just realized I don't have any reason to stick around here. I don't need to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have the torch raised right now. I got completely cucked out of that, so let's stair dance like a real character would. +0 heavy broadaxe. I have a feeling that they weighted the, they made heavy like really common to try to trick people into using it. I'm down for it. I feel like it gives Spider strong identity. Every enemy has some defining characteristics. No, popcorn is a term, I think. See, I disagree, because I think that the popcorn in Old Spider was not actually popcorn at all, because it lured you into a false sense of sort of safety, because, okay, so for example, Tarantella attacks you, it has AF Confuse, a little bit dangerous, not really on its own. You combine it with a bunch of other things, oh my god, top tier threat. Then, like, Emperor Scorpion. For a character with pretty good defenses, one of them, not that big of a deal. But then, if there's like a Moth of Wrath around, it becomes a top tier threat even for some endgame characters. There's the regular, not redbacks, the ones that, the green ones that hit you and put like a web on you. Another synergistic thing. They all work together to not be popcorn. And I think that was the interesting thing about Spider in the past, was that it was all about not getting swarmed, basically. And now it's just every threat in the game is present, in terms of like resistances, in terms of, I mean, it's, again, I'm not really complaining like, oh, this is too powerful, because you could run into a lot of really ugly situations in the old version. I probably shouldn't have fought that. In the old version of Spider, extremely ugly. That would put some of the stuff I've seen here to shame, just in terms of raw challenge, but because I haven't seen a single Moth of Wrath, nor Ghost Moth yet. What you mean is they've just thrown strong stuff into Spider, and that compromised the synergy design a bit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they thought up some abilities. Like, for example, the Simulacrum thing. I don't think that's a stupid ability. In a vacuum, you know, like, it's a neat idea. I just don't think it belongs in Spider, that's all. And yeah, they just like, well, this sounds like it'd be strong, this sounds like it would be able to do this or that. I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of... Is that like the third or the fourth Weaver I've seen? I can't get away from these damn Weavers. It's too many Weavers, man. Uh-oh. You blow up the jumping spider, yeah. I don't like that Spider demands every resist and synth, while Snake only asks for RF, R poise, and R elec. Yeah, and you can get away without two of those, you know? Look at this, there's a goddamn, yeah, it's like you said, there's a spark wasp. This is so, it's just bad design. I don't know what else to call, it's just bad. It's just not very thought through. I'm flabbergasted. I'm like disappointed in these people more than anything. I just don't understand. I don't understand what they were thinking. It's so bad. I mean, the core thing that I think made the overall game of DCSS interesting in terms of like strategic level choices about where to go was that there were real choices to make, and you know they haven't completely eliminated that. As usual with the mainline devs, it's a very slow march towards misery. But the thing is that you know you see pieces of the game get carved out, and I'm not talking about removals. I'm talking about like core concepts that made the game good are being slowly carved away. And then you just kind of have like a hint of what once was. It's very strange decision making. Plate armor of fire resist. We're currently using scale mail with MR++. I'd like to have more AC, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that. They're gonna also probably do something to pan so that you can't farm it for experience because they have some kind of holy war against that. God forbid the player get as much experience as he wants if he's reached in game, you know, as a reward. I don't know, man. Really goofy choices. Yeah, I want that magic resist for now. More than I want to be comfortable with my AC and EV. Although I would like that too. How are we doing? Like, could we take Elf right now? We got File of Floods. So that's a get out of jail free card, so to speak. We don't have any silent scrolls, which makes me a bit concerned. We have allies though, so we don't have to go into a kill hole. We could probably just like raise a black torch and go for broken there, you know. I think I'm having such an annoying time in Spider, I almost want to go to Elf. What a strange situation. I might see it through though. How many weavers? It had to be like 4. Elf and Spider can be comparable. Yeah, these days. And the thing is, Elf has actual loot, and Spider, you know, basically doesn't. There's no like treasure vault waiting for you, you know. That was the reason why, in my mind, Elf was originally designed to have so many different threats in it, because you overcome those and you get a big reward at the end. Whereas Spider, you more or less just get the rune and maybe a couple of things. I'm gonna finish dungeon. Spider is mid-game, Elf is the beginning of endgame. Yeah, and that's what makes it so strange that Elf and Spider are now, like, you could make the argument that Elf is actually easier than Spider for a lot of characters. I'm rebranding this. You've got to be shitting me, dude. It was heavy. Wasn't it heavy before and I branded it off of heavy or something? No, it was unbranded. I guess I have to live with it. That's miserable. They have to have weighted the heavy to be, I don't know, maybe not, but it seems like it's like really common on the loot table. Chainmail of magic resist, we could actually just use that. We'll find an artifact, Broadaxe, sooner or later. It's no big deal. And we'll rebrand. That was my fault for casting again, for using the scroll again. These bitches bitching about game changes again. You're just butthurt, Vainglory, that I'm not playing. What's that game called? Spadoodoo or whatever. That really bad platformer that I don't like. Oh yeah, I should probably take out the brain, huh? I won't do it. Alright, we should probably put some thought into what we want to train. The game is fighting against me, so we should probably fight back. Let's take evocations to 15. We've got a halfway decent stack of wands now. More importantly, we have the lightning rod and the sack of spiders and the file of floods. You should have seen my complaints about Spider a minute ago. You really missed out. There was the real complaints. Dude, you'd be complaining too, though, if you saw what Spider is like these days. You hear a distant snort. Hey, we're powerful enough that we could probably do a gauntlet. I was about to say labyrinth. Oh, you heard it? Good. Wow, a harm hat. I'm thinking no. Boom. 0.17. It was fine in 0.17. What's it bad? It was always a dumb thing. There's no reason to use it ever. It is literally never the optimal choice. I'll stand by that forever. Alrighty, we got an artifact ring, which I don't care about too much, because I've got two really, really good rings. Theoretical optimal? I disagree. I don't think so, man. Plus 10 plate of harm indeed. Oh, well... Alright, yeah, maybe. But you're going to be taking that off eventually. But I mean, maybe for the first couple minutes of the game, sure. Okay, there's gloves here. We don't have gloves at all, and I'm looking at an artifact glove, so probably we go through that door. There's tons of rings, there's a staff, which I don't give any kind of cares about. There's a tremor stone tin, which I guess I would take, but... No, it's gotta be the gloves. I don't see anything else here that I'm super duper interested in. Hopefully it's a good glove. There's also a scroll here, which... it's either acquirement or silence, and I certainly want both. But I gotta go with the gloves. Gotta get that extra AC. What am I gonna be fighting in the end? I'm gonna be fighting Mr. Quicksilver Ooze, who is no joke, but we should be fine. I'm gonna be fighting these elephants, which are not a big deal at all. Let's just go in. Where's that black torch, baby? Alright, it's good. I mean, it's not the best, but it's really good. Like, it's fine. We're also gonna go ahead and wear our cloak. I'm not gonna drop the scarf, but I am gonna stop wearing it. We're gonna not read identify. I need to drop some crap. Probably should have dropped it outside of this place, but whatever. Can we just out melee a Hydra now with the axe? Probably. I want to drop this this trident. Okay, there's a ring of See Invisible for sale. So I'm gonna drop this Synth, and if I really need See Invisible, I'll go buy that other one. Which, gives me plus stealth too, so whatever. Not that I care about that, but... Yeah, we get a point of AC, maybe a couple because of armor training. We get more strength, which is great. And actually, the gloves have Synth, so I really don't need that ring. Probably we wear these gloves forever. That would be an interesting bound soul, because it would be an ally that constantly does anti-magic to enemies. It'd be really fragile. I'd want to only pull him in versus certain things. But it would be like having a mana viper with, well, with a little bit more HP and more damage. I think it keeps the same AF as a bounce, so I'm pretty sure it's the exact same monster, just considered to be undead. Man, it's got engulf too. That would be really good in elf if I could 1v1 elves with that. Wonder if I can bind to TRJ these days. What do you guys think? Should we bind the ewes for fun? I'm mostly just going to be spending piety doing this. I'm doing it. Bind the Minotaur? He's just a melee man. Oh, okay, alright. Is that what we're doing today? Alrighty, fine. Got him. Well, the Minotaur is he's just melee, you know. Oh, cucked! It takes away the AF! He doesn't actually keep the same AF, it gets turned into drain life. I should have known that. Boo! Wasted piety. Alright, it's my fault. Alright. Man, this guy sucks. Alright, let's identify this. Scroll of silence. Helpful. Helpful. That lets us do elf a lot more safely. Sadly, we have... actually, you know what? We could have cheesed Mlioglotl if we had brought Mlioglotl in here. It just occurred to me we could have done all three of the entrances because his corrupt would have wiped the walls. That's another good reason to grab him. Mm-hmm. I feel like I could just melee him. Yeah. After slowing him. That's a good ring. That's a really good ring. We need to reevaluate the structure of our equipment today. I'm gonna drop the Ring of Int, even though I'm playing with gas. Playing with fire, rather, with my intelligence here. Cooking with gas. Alright, hold on. We have lots of things we need to drop. I am probably never going to learn anything other than maybe silence as a spell, so let's drop amnesia and be very surprised if I end up needing it. Even if I go to extended, I'll just be very careful about what I pick. We can drop this our core ring. We now have something that's strictly better. Don't get wizardry. Don't get dex. Don't get magic regen. Okay, now we need to figure out, do I want to have our core and Arlek all the time? And that's a resounding hell yes. Yeah, I mean, my Arpoise cloak covers Arpoise, so I should be able to just pop this on in place of the RC Arpoise int +6, dex +6, or int +4, dex +6. I lose a couple of points of EV, and I lose 1 point of SH. Perhaps most importantly, I lose some int, but once I get out of this armor, I'll be fine. This is okay. Now we have that Omni resistance, except for negative, so we're in a much better place than we were 2 seconds ago. Everything's good, really, except for our, I guess, like, in theory, what we're risking int death.
Sorry for what?
Hello, June.
Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our
drinks. Delicious water. Alrighty, yeah, good find. Good finds all over.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
It does work.
Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us
Oh,
not
shit,
to be
I'm
ashamed of our
sorry.
Dry. He's trying to make
Sorry
me
for what?
drink so much water that
Oh,
I.
shit.
Daddy
I'm
taught us
sorry.
not to be ashamed of our Sorry
Drinks.
for what?
Okay.
Oh,
Our
shit,
daddy
I'm
taught us
sorry.
not to be ashamed of our
Drinks.
Sorry for what?
Oh,
Our
shit,
daddy
I'm
taught
sorry.
us
Okay.
not to be ashamed
Okay.
of our Sorry for
Drinks.
what?
I am
Oh,
drowning.
shit,
I'm
I'm
Our
drinking.
daddy taught us not to be ashamed of what?
Drinks.
Oh, shit, I'm
Our
I'm
sorry.
daddy
taking a
taught us
sip
not
for
to be
each
ashamed
one.
of Sorry for
I'm
what?
gonna
Oh,
run out of
shit,
water
I'm
here.
Our
sorry.
daddy taught us not to be ashamed of Sorry for what?
Drinks.
Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our
Drinks. It's all over, water bros. Chug. Yes. It's no. I mean, it's good for you.
Fuck you! Yeah. Fuck you!
Oh,
You
shit, I'm
fucking
sorry.
no-brain pussy!
Sorry for
Fuck
what?
you!
Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our
Well, Stoat, I think that's great that you thought that. Hold on, I gotta sip again. This is now an Omaroshi stream. Omaroshi, I've heard that word before. Is this gonna be some kind of weird... Oh no. When I see the phrase fetish subculture in the definition, I already know it's gonna be... I'm in for a trip. No. Oh no. No, I don't have that, I assure you. I think people spend too much time on the internet and they end up with obsessions like that. I think that's it's like a direct line from spending too much time on the internet to that being something you obsess about. It's time to log off. Alright, we have the crappiest bound soul in the world now. You blinked and Rupert became a Quicksilver Ooze. Yeah, I was very, I was rude to Rupert, unfortunately. I apologize. Alright, Trove. +3 Storm Dragon Scales, that's attainable. And it's not really something we want to be wearing because we already have our Alex, so... Yeah, we're going to drop the Scarf of Resistance here. I can always come back for it. Tab through this stuff. Reflect doing some funny work. That's true. That's starting to pay off, this whole no-go-zag thing. Alright, guys. You really just don't want to be tabbing these dudes. I don't care how strong you are. 17 damage a turn adds up when there's, well, 17, possibly 17 times 2 damage. Is the artifact any good? The hat? No. The hat is harm. We checked that on our first, that was the first thing we found on this floor. By the way, I don't know if you missed this, but the Quicksilver Ooze, I was hoping it would keep the Magic Drain attack effect, and instead it got replaced with Drain Life, and now I'm sad. I thought I was being clever, and it turns out I was being stupid. I keep forgetting, do Weavers have our poise? They do not. I love Barachians because of that hop. You can use it offensively. Turns out that guy was a shapeshifter, not a real Weaver. I found a cloak of some sort. +2 cloak. I'm gonna keep my poison resistance. It's important. Things like Poison Arrow do a lot of damage. Alright, here's the real moment of truth. Let's see if we can overpower this thing. We can! Dude, don't even get me started. I'm furious. I'm like, I want to check the code because I am convinced that they weighted heavy more than the other brands to try to force people to use this garbage. It makes the base damage of the weapon go up, so if you're not paying a lot of attention, you're gonna think that's awesome. And believe me, it does make you do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, it also makes you attack really slowly, which is the worst thing in the game. They replaced Vorpal, which was a nice, clean, flat damage boost. Well, not flat, but percentile damage boost that was untyped with this thing, because I guess they wanted there to be a trade-off, which I suppose I can understand that on some level, but did it have to be a trade-off that makes the thing completely unusable? I don't know. Yeah, it's terrible. And so I don't want to use it, but I rebranded I foolishly rebranded my Venom Broadaxe, and of course I got heavy. So yeah, the Mendeley is like you can't really attack above 1 point faster than 1.0. It's always slower than 1.0 for an axe. Here, have an enchant that you spent half the game trying to train away from. Yeah, exactly. Heavy was what I got before Venom. So I'm remembering correctly, I had to use 2 brand scrolls to get it off of, because I know it started as non-branded, and then I used it, and I feel like I had 2, yeah. So it's just bullshit, man. Like, what, does it just not do freezing and flame anymore? Did they decide, like, no, I want to force you to use my stupid brand? I mean, the microsecond we get the chance to get off this stupid thing. Yeah, it was Evil Eddie did it to me again. He also rigged the wheel against the audience to make people sad about that. I blame Evil Eddie. The entire screen of enemies acts before my character. Yeah, like twice. Not just the once, but twice. Yeah, it's pretty miserable. Alrighty, let's God, I'm just gonna go to Elf. Although, you know, with this axe, Elf has become scarier. I'm so ass hurt. Unbelievable. I kind of have to do it though. What a trap. See, I'm like 50% to the way of believing that they put this in here as like objectively as a troll. Like they actually, it's not. I don't know. I don't think you could like even argue any other thing at this point. Like either that or they completely don't understand the game. I'm convinced they put that in there to mess with people. It's like Gamma Funk's stupid transporter vault things that he put in to mess with people. I think Heavy as a brand exists to trick people into using it. Yeah, no, exactly, Vainglory. That's what I fear. I also fear double LCS. Get the Chaos Broadaxe. That's just another form of suffering, although that might be better these days. I don't know. How do I look up brands? I don't think I can. But Chaos has been fooled around with, I believe. I'm not sure if it can banish anymore. Certain things like that. Okay, either Spider or Elf is going to be miserable. I'm just going to do Elf, and we're going to hope for the best, I think. At least the first couple floors we can do without too much trouble. It's when we start fighting the higher level elves that Heavy becomes a real issue. Although our defenses could definitely be higher, let me tell you. Hollow Blades could have a Broadaxe in it, that's the other thing. I sometimes forget that Hollow Blades is a real thing, because it always just becomes gold on my Gozag runs, but that's something to keep in mind. That goes into the calculus. But we have all these really good resistances. I don't have to worry about getting just turbo owned by electricity damage or anything, you know. I will say that our zombies are going to be terrible in here. Hi, buddy. Well, I'd like to stare dance, but he doesn't, you know. Thank you, Yredelemnul, for not letting me do that, really. I wanna bind his ass. He'd probably major destruction me, though. This looks like a telly situation. I'll deal with him later. Okay, fine. Let's sack here to just to clean this up a little bit. My training of evocations is paying off. Sorry about the screen flashes. This is just the price of admission for air elementals on my stream. Reflected in an arrow, that's cool. Gee. I feel like I can burn disintegrate charges, and this is the place where they're gonna remain useful. Hold on, who owns you? That pyromancer, okay. To get him off my screen, we're gonna zap the owner. The other thing about attacking slowly is, like, you miss so much in this damn game that it's like one miss happens pretty easily, right? Alright. I'll just blow some Quicksilver to... He, like, left a Balrog behind. It's hilarious. He force-lanced me, which then bounced and hit him. Okay, terrific. Burned a couple tellies, not wanting to fight Asterion just yet. But there he is now. And the question is, do we want to actually try to bind him? I think the answer is no. I'm like... Unless they've changed the AI, I am pretty sure that he will happily hit me with his major destruction because the thing varies in size. Beams versus explosions. Yep, I agree, Picars. I agree entirely. Yes, I do. I truly do. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little hop. Okay. This way he's gonna have to come kind of within range of me. We're gonna rest. I don't like that he's between the zombies and me, or the zombies are between me and him. Take a step like this. Whoa, I can see him. I don't want to be able to see him. Okay, that's better. I'm gonna file floods. Boom. He is currently drowned, so all he can do is attack me. He can't do anything else. He can't haste himself, he can't major destruction, he can't greater servant, which is the real scary thing. All he can do is sit there and get owned, for the moment. So we're gonna roots him, and if he starts owning me, I'll buff up, but I think all I have to do is roots and attack. Yep, there we go. His potent soul. I too am potent. His potent soul becomes fuel for the torch. There he is. We could have made him an ally, but eh. Whoa. Hi. What up, girl? She'd be a funny ally. Banish. I don't really want to have to deal with losing... Well, do you still lose experience from Banish? I don't remember. I know you lose it from... You no longer lose it from ally kills, but I think they may have kept the experience penalty from Banish. I'd have to look that up. Oh, we've got a viewer here. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, do we want her as a bind? Probably not. I'm concerned that she's just gonna lightning bolt through my friends. She's not terribly useful, and the banish is like it could get rid of enemies that have items that I want, you know. Probably just melee her. Oh, hey, a message. Hopefully he checks out the stream. I like to tell people that the stream exists, you know. In case they want to hear my my commentary. Which they may not want to. I know there are apparently, I learned this the other day, there are apparently people who watch YouTube videos, my YouTube videos, with, without the audio on. Like, they just want to see the raw gameplay, which I guess makes sense because, like, there are all those videos on YouTube that, that have no audio at all. It's just Let's Plays with no commentary whatsoever. Nope. Not today, Plankenstein. The manual of ranged weapons is kind of funny. If this was earlier in the game, I would have made this a ranged character if I found that. We have gloves that we already like. Kinda, though. Oh, you're saying I should use the war axe? Dude, it's tempting! It's actually tempting! If that was... I'm gonna tell you something. Infusion, I think it uses mana to do extra damage. We don't want it. I mean, it's okay, but we would prefer to keep the gloves we have. I understand that, but I like hearing commentary and thoughts about... Yeah, I mean, well, my channel's like kind of a special case because I play with kind of a bent towards teaching people how the game works and how to play better. I feel like the commentary is 80% of what makes the, you know, my content worthwhile, but I mean, whatever. If people want to turn the audio off, that's fine. It's just surprising to me. This is sad. I think we take the cash. I'm not real happy about it. If that war axe was +9, I would take it, and I'd probably use it. You know, or even like +7 maybe, because I hate heavy that much. I hate the heavy brand that much. We just take cash though. What a shame. Okay, we've been marked, but this floor it's empty, so. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought this room was going to be empty and it's full of bullshit. That's not good. That's okay. We're gonna immolate and then we're gonna torchlight this stuff that... Yeah, good. It's the obsidian statue that scares me. Along with all that other stuff. Don't you do dex damage to me. Yeah, it's fine. We have a bunch of extra ammo, so it's not that big a deal. I would call that not a waste. I think we did the exact right decision there. Alright, what's going on here? My god. It's Moths of Wrath, and how many is that for real? Two Blade Masters and one Moth of Wrath. And Diteyuk's Ghost, who has Lightning Spire, which is perfectly serviceable on an enemy. And the Martyr's Knell is almost broken, like bugged actually, when used by an enemy, because it protects the actual caster, and I don't think they planned for that. There's haste in here, and I truly do want it, but you know, we've got 6 haste charges already. I feel like we come back. That's my instinct. My instinct is that we come back and deal with this later. The flayed ghost that this guy can summon is going to be really irritating. He can't attack for very much though, and I'm not as afraid of the stone arrow as I would be because my SH is so high. But I am extremely afraid of a berserking blade master. Like, that's no joke. That is no joke at all. I guess I could let's see, is that... Hold on. I think that's the entrance, so I would end up on the bottom. Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm glad I waited. Good lord. Two plus two heavy quick blades? Just end my whole career, why don't you? Please let me deal with a berserked deep elf blade master with 2 heavy quick blades. 33 damage east before the Zerk. I think it's the same benefits, isn't it? You're hasted, you're mighted. I would say that they don't, they're allowed to move is the big benefit they have that the player doesn't have. They're allowed to move for a super long time without ending their berserk. So, I would say yes. Yeah, this is outrageous. I'm gonna say we come back when we have about 35 AC, if that ever happens. This is not something that we can do safely right now. I could see myself, like, going in, taking a step, doing a hop, pulling out maybe one at a time, but for what purpose? What am I really getting out of this? An invis potion and a haste potion. It's too much risk. It's too much risk right now. We'll do it later. Once we're you know, super tough, then maybe, but otherwise I don't think so. I do not think so. Alright, this is Elf 2. If we're lucky, we're going to find a broadaxe here. Maybe we can redeem this this run. That's a lot of chaos crap. I don't like that there's a sorcerer there. I don't like that I'm fighting chaos, but it's worth it to take out the sorcerer with this lightning. I'll zap my own guy, I don't care. Okay, good. Now you are, of course, a disto hand axe, and I fear the abyss much more than I used to. So we hop away. Order to attack. I don't know how that got slowed, but I'm not going to complain. I guess the chaos cloud. Okay, this is a great place to use roots. Roots works really well versus hand axe versus any animated weapon. 50% bonus damage when Might of Berserk instead of plus 1d10. Do players not get plus 50% anymore? Did they nerf that? Yeah, well, I have always been of the opinion that reciprocity should be a design goal. And for the longest time, I don't think they've cared about that really at all. Hey, check out how the tile changes for the Spectral Chaos spawn. Every turn. Yeah, reciprocity is just not, it's just not important to them. And I think that's unfortunate. Okay, again, we're gonna roots. I don't want to risk going to the abyss if I can. Oh, we got to 15 Evo. Well, hell. Let's get more defenses. This character, he's hurting. He's hurting on defenses. I'm just gonna take armor to 20. Just plow ahead with that. I mean, we're wearing a good amount of base AC now. Did the hand axe die? Yeah, it did. Yo, I should stop fooling around here. No file of floods. Okay. I will torchlight. That's one thing that I can do. He can't do a lot to me with the pyromancer zombie between me and him, but I can do stuff to him. Nice. That does okay damage, actually, at this point, because I've pumped my invocations enough. 3 exclamation points is no joke. I should pump it some more, honestly. Like, Torchlight... I feel like with enough invocations, you could treat Torchlight as a true get-out-of-jail-free card in Elf. Wouldn't be such a bad thing if the monsters were balanced around greater effects from buffs, but the devs have clearly balanced their monster design without regard to their scaled up monster buffs. I would agree. Hey Picars, did you just get here, or were you here for Spider? I had some very choice comments about Spider that you might have found interesting, about how much they've buffed the hell out of Spider to the point where it's just like horrendously unbalanced. Okay, there's an artifact chain. I'd like to check it out. This +3 scale, I hate that it's so good. In terms of giving me the magic resist that I want. Got here like 15 minutes ago, you're making food. How dare you miss part of my stream? Tried the new Spider, it's horrid. Yeah, I mean, that's my argument is like, it was plenty tough before, but in a way that was fun, thematic, and, you know, made sense in the greater scheme of the game, and now it's just everything. Like, hey, all the threats. Would you like to deal with all the threats? With none of the payoff that something like Elf would give you? I don't know. I just don't get it, man. I don't think any thought whatsoever is going into these kinds of things anymore. You know what? We're gonna fight in the hallway, even though I have an axe. Hi. I'll just attack a pain flail. That's fine. Yeah, exactly. It's just goofy. It's like ham-fisted. Like, what is a pharaoh spider? Oh, it's an undead spider. Haha. I don't know. It's. Let's quicksilver this dude. Take away his haste. And again. I don't mind burning charges to. Whoa. That is unfortunate. How much disto are you gonna send my way? In this particular floor. And they're immune to electricity is the thing, so I can't... I gotta quicksilver it. I can't really rely on roots, because if there's stuff in the way... I could sack a spiders and just walk backwards, but it's not really going to take out these elves fast enough. What's the chance of hitting? 49? That's not good. I have hop available. We're going to swing. Okay. Hippity hoppity. Don't send me to the abyssity. And then we use roots. Roots is the magic. Get rid of the animated weapon right the hell now ability if you have some evokes. It says, hey, nice evasion. It'd be a shame if I bypassed it entirely. I don't think I've seen a single freezing or flaming weapon. Just forget axes. I don't think I've seen one of any weapon type this entire game. It's kind of nutty, actually. Okay, we're going to buy all that curing and haste. Can never have too much curing and haste. Buy the brilliance, or excuse me, the ambrosia. Probably ignore the lignify. We have a lot of lignify and it's not as good as it used to be, so... Hell yeah, I'm buying cancel. I'm buying curing. You know what? That money that we acquired is, you know, you'll find a use for it. You'll do something with it. Never be sad about acquiring gold. Probably find a use for it. They've added shops over the years, I think. Okay, let's see how this goes. Not bad at all. You carve the orange crystal statue like a ham. Anybody down for some orange crystal ham? Yeah, I guess torchlight's probably good versus animated weapons too. I'm gonna have to try that. Okay. I'm gonna try that right now. Oh, no it's not. It doesn't even affect that type, does it? Yeah, that was a waste. It only works on it only works on living, demonic, and holy. It would be awesome. It would be awesome. We're gonna hop. Okay, and I stepped, and I went around the corner so that it would kind of get next to me. I wouldn't have to take a step to attack it. And I was really hoping it would get ahead of the fire elementals, so I just didn't have to deal with those, and that's exactly what happened. Look at that! Another disto! There it is. Uh-oh, he actually got an attack on me. That was a mistake. Due to Barachian speed. And due to the roots failing. Come on, roots. Do your damn job. I'm getting a little robbed here. I had to use like 4 charges that time. But I don't know. Abyss is so brutal nowadays. Probably a single trip isn't going to take us down at this point, but you can't go in there very many times at this point. It just gets hardcore. I keep laughing at like how bad Yredelemnul's zombies are in here. He has things that help, you know, like I said, Torchlight is great versus the zombies, and I imagine we can still do some funny things with Bind Soul in here. Probably versus Death Mages. We're gonna try that maybe. Thank you for not marking me. Oh. You know what? Let's go this away. I hate to fight 2 at once, but what are you gonna do? Seems like we're like just strong enough to make it work. I don't think we're gonna luck into a broadaxe though. You very rarely see broadaxes in here, it seems. If you want a broadaxe, you go to Orc. You'll almost always find one there. Or, vaults. I think I fear this. I'm gonna use my last roots. I know it's just Holy Wrath, which doesn't do extra damage to me, but nevertheless. Huh. Artifact Blade Talisman. Of the Drop Bear. 5 strength, 6 int, -4 dex. That'd be a funny thing to try to go through the game with. Have enough defenses on a Che character, you could make it work. No shield though. If you do that, not ideal. Alright, we got 3 enchant weapons. Gosh. I'm gonna use it because we need the help, but I'm not too pleased about doing it to a heavy weapon. I don't see anything interesting here. Alrighty, I guess we go to Elf 3 then. I mean, there's this There's the chainmail for sale, which I probably should go ahead and check out for 228. Yeah, why not? Okay, it's not good, but speculatively it was good to pick up just to see. I can buy some of this stuff as well, which we'll get around to probably after we do Elf 3. Okay. 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 Gloves are riposte for it to be a part 2? What do you mean? You want it to be, you want me to like do the crawl cosplay thing again? Man, this is a little spooky. I guess I could just fight her, and if she starts to do too much damage, we read silence. Although I'm attacking slowly enough that it's a bit dangerous, but with my shield, I'm probably okay. Yeah, we just reflected the iron shot. There it is. Yeah, we gotta burn the silence. Sucks. Sucks. Wow, that is the exit. I love food too much. Same. Healthy food though. Well, just look at the damage she can do. Honestly, it wasn't really safe for me to be attacking her because I attack below speed 10, but if you look at Crystal Spirit, it can do, what's 32 times 3? 96? Think about the thing doing 96 damage twice in a row. Not great. Now, I probably would have blocked some of that, or blocked it entirely, or my AC would have, reduced some of that, but I don't want to take that risk, This is the end vault, which I don't want to go into yet. I want to clear the rest of the floor. Oh, wouldn't it help if I actually turned on the black torch? Yeah, I mean, if I had a normal speed weapon, I probably would have risked another attack, but I don't, so. Technically, she could have gotten 2 attacks maxed on both and killed me, I guess, maybe, depending on if GDR affects some of that stuff, but it was very, very, very unlikely, so I was willing to take one swing in this case, but I probably shouldn't have. I just didn't want to blow my silence that quickly, This is a little bit spooky. Why don't we, Curare, it's like being hasted. Nice. Not bad. If they had started doing shenanigans, we don't have a silent scroll, but we got the file, which is almost as good. This is crap. Oh, this is total shit. I want to stare dance. I want to stare dance. I want to dig wand. Wah. I'm gonna have a tantrum over here. A lot of things I want to do in this branch, and none of them are happening for me. It's okay. We can make it work. It's just all these damn elves. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, melancholy. I'm gonna morph into a literal crybaby on this stream if you're not careful. Alright, I need to figure out how to deal with all these elves at the same time in this cramped, but not cramped in a way that I want kind of space. I don't know, I think we might just stare dance and forget the piety. Or just torchlight a bunch. What do we got? 5 torchlights? Good place for torchlight. Boom. great place for lightning rod. It's speed 1, by the way, so I get to abuse this a little bit. Now, I don't have resist negative, so I actually do want to keep taking these guys out as fast as possible. So I'm going to torchlight again. And one more time. Nice. It's like heroism cost, so it's not like a big piety cost. I don't know if we're going to be able to, like, chill here for forever, but I'm going to do my best. Dude, these zombies might actually be able to take him out if they're mighted. We're looking at... Wow, it's only 6 damage. Torchlight buffs your allies. It's a kind of a goofy thing, though. If I was designing this, you know, this clearly is a design for a god that is based all around sustaining on a floor, right? So I mentioned last time I would have given him some kind of regenerate ability, and if I was going to, you know, quote, buff my allies, unquote, I would actually just have it heal them, you know? Torchlight, I would make it the Warcraft 3 Death Knight ability where it damages enemies and heals allies, but I don't think they thought it through that much is the thing. That's kind of the story of DCSS. I don't think the devs thought it through enough. That's a lightning bolt. He blinked. These zombies are useless to me. Okay, I guess I'll drink a curing real fast. It's not great that I have this Annihilator next to me, and the Hoarfrost Cannon as well. There's a lot of damage on the table here right now. I want my own zombies to explode right now and deal with all problems. I think I'm going to actually use Flame on this fella. Sure. And then I will risk swinging. Did I just see a Crystal Spear? Because I think I just saw a Crystal Spear. Crystal Spear hits your Deep Elf Sorcerer zombie. Yeah, the one further away tried to get me, but that is the one benefit of these zombies. They have really garbage evasion. And, well, it's okay evasion, but they have, like, no AC. And they have a lot of HP. They're just beefy, I guess. But they'll absorb shots from, you know, LCS or whatever. All right, you want to play it that way? We will Quicksilver. 117 HP. Piety is still reasonably high. I'll just melee. This is so... Whoa! Alright, let's talk about it. It finally happened. This is why heavy is dog shit. I attacked at 1.1. I swung on the longsword. The longsword died. The sorcerer walked into view and got a hellfire on me on the same turn. And that is why heavy is poop. It's not a good brand. Don't use it. I think it's probably okay on whips, I guess, on demon whips, because I believe you can go below 1.0 on it. Someone had mentioned that last stream, but don't use it if you're attacking above 1.0. It's never a good idea. Yeah, all right. 3d20 damage. I can always file and then go up. We could just torchlight a couple of times, I guess. And if he doesn't do anything, then that's great. I think I'm gonna throw Curare, actually. Good. If I have a chance to rest, that'd be great. I also have hop, but I'm not in a good position to do it. We could use one lightning rod. I'm gonna torchlight. Fine. Wow, okay, the second torchlight didn't do it, and now we're out of torchlights. Gotta stoke that fire. Okay, 24% chance to disintegrate. Let's just want to flame him. Oh, he is not dying. I'm done taking the risk. Lightning bolt. Alrighty. Sadly, that did not give us another torchlight. I haven't even thought about buying soul, by the way. It's so getting so ugly in here. I feel like this character wants HP more than anything right now, in addition to defenses. So we'll take fighting up to 20 after the armor hits 20. I'll probably bind a soul once we're like in the tail end of the branch. Roots would be good here. Torchlight would be good here. Let's just use sack of spiders, I guess. I could get bolted through this thing. We don't want that. So I'm telling my guys to run so that we can just quicksilver through. Alright, not great for me. He can not one-shot me, but he can come close. I'm gonna quicksilver. That's really weird what just happened. He did not have the buff, and yet he turned into a specter anyway. Are you immune to drowning now? We have to leave. And we have to file floods. Disappointment in my meager crusade. Shut up, Yredelemnul. A meager crusade my ass. Alright, well, we've unlocked stair dancing. So, whatever, man. We don't have a kill hole, but we do have the ability to stair dance. It's actually kind of spooky now that I think about it to... Whoa! Okay. Okay. This is not great, but I won't get hellfired again. Let's quicksilver him. He's no longer hasted. Let's curare him. Let's completely fail. Let's quicksilver again. This is incredibly dangerous, actually. I'm gonna keep quicksilvering, take off the... There we go. Not so bad. Yeah, without file, this is some risky business. It's like I can blink away, but they can attack at range and do a lot. I can't get hellfired while they're next to me because they won't hit themselves. But the one dude could have spammed. You know, he could have spammed acid bolt on me, which I do resist. But when it's buffed up by malign brilliance or whatever, you know. Can we melee this guy? Yeah, we can. A harm amulet. You know, I'm thinking that's not going to happen. You want me to use harm today? No. staircase is so funny. This positioning of this staircase. It's like a really, really, really jank kill hole. It kind of works. That's an RN plus swap, I guess. But it's RC minus, so I'm thinking no. I might pick it up just in case. Okay. Hi. I probably should have bound him. That was a misplay. Is this guy worth binding? I'm gonna say no. Only about 30 elves left in the infall. Yeah, right. Only. Hey, Vampiric Broadaxe. I don't want to use that, but I want to use it more than I want to use the Heavy Broadaxe. Oh my god. I'm attacking at a reasonable speed again. We don't have file though, so I need to be careful. This is actually really quite bad. Let's Curare this guy so it becomes much better. I mean, Vamp is good for non-extended. Things are getting out of hand. There are 2 of them now. I want you to know, Milf Stonks, I read that in Polly Walnut's voice from Sopranos. He made me do this. This is getting stupid. We're gonna telly. There's just too much here. I mean, this is bad to begin with, but... Well, that Death Mage has a really good amulet. You wrote it in his voice. Very good. Yep, definitely could take a million damage right now. Alright, unfortunately it did not die to the poison. Hi guys. Very good. Come over here. You, by yourself, alone, not with your friend. No. No. Okay, I guess we'll just melee. I have no idea what we're gonna do if things go badly, though. Cry, basically. Drink, heal wounds. No, I'll just have to risk it. Lacking that Curare is not great. The Annihilators are like, they're like probably okay is the thing. We have so much SH, like one of them by themselves, it's very, very unlikely to spam down damage on me to the extent that I just lose one-on-one. Okay, do I want to just reset? I'm thinking no. I think we get some casual flame damage on him, which is not so casual when we, wow, Crystal Spear, nice miss. It's not so casual when you have 15 evokes. It's pretty good, actually. Evokes is strong. Do we have... We don't have it. See, this isn't so bad. I can blink. Or I can hop. Problem is, I don't want to, like, walk to him as a Barachian, so... We'll use the flame. Nice. I usually hate using one charge of lightning, but it's all we had, and I knew it would finish him. Well, this is real obnoxious. I have to hop to them, I think. The hop kind of betrayed me, but that's okay. You want to be next to them, if you can. Because then they don't do the hellfire, or damnation, if you want to call it that. Hi, buddy. Yeah, you're the guy with the amazing amulet that I want. What a great amulet. That solves my resist negative problem as well. What an amazing item. I want to bind him, but if I do, I don't get my... if I get my buddy, I don't get my items, so he's just gonna have to eat it, I guess. He can do a lot of damage to me. We may have to blink. What's the range on? Yeah, 5. We're good. Like this can't go south on me. Okay, I want that. I want to hippity hoppity. I can't hot swap amulets because the devs of this game don't know what a necklace is like. So they think it takes you 20 minutes to put one on and take one off. So they've changed that. So now we will swap. Taking a casual 10 turns to do that. And now we are the Terminator. We are the goddamn Terminator. All we need now is just basic defenses and we're good to go. That's it, man. Every enchant armor scroll makes this character better. Body armor as well. Cloak of Magic Resist. Now that is an interesting pick. I'd rather have our poise right now, but if I end up taking this scale mail off, which I very well might, then we're gonna want for magic resist again. So nice, 6 charges of digging. That's a lot for this version of Krull. Helmet of Intelligence. I'm gonna keep the sea invisible unless no, I'm not. I'm wearing gloves that give that. So we're going to get more AC and a little int to protect from stat 0. I'm dropping the heavy broadaxe. It's just, well, no, I'm going to carry it with me in case we find Brent weapon, but probably we never use it again. $75 HP Annihilator if I bind him. He's slow, so I'm okay with walking towards him. Huh. Rampage Chainmail. That Rampage is like a funny choice on Barachian. It almost takes down your walking penalty to a degree if you think about it. Teloak Staff? If you say so. Alright, we're dropping this our poise ring. We're dropping this our poise ring as well. Dropping this positive energy ring. Okay, yeah, not a bad elf 3, and even the things that we're not using, there's stuff here that we might end up using, like that magic resist cloak. You know, we've got options on the table, which is always good. It's always good to have, build up this kind of backlog of items that may become useful at some point. It gives you options later when you find more items. That's one of the things I like about DCSS, that they've managed to not really ruin too much. you know, the sort of equipment picking mini game. By the way, look at this scale. +6 scale. We're using +3 scale. We can still be confused by GoldenEye, so I don't want to do this yet, but I'm tempted. Because that gives me another pip of resist negative. It gives me positive int and not negative. It gives me Arlec, which I've already got from the ring, but no, I'm gonna stick with the magic resist that we know we know we're good. But that's an interesting swap. We might end up in the +6 scale in the end game. We'll see. All right, can we can we actually do the end of Spider now? Can I stop being frustrated at Spider and just win? Maybe. Win the branch. You know what? I'm actually gonna tear this stuff up. Take it up rather. Before I light the torch. That's one less Reaver I've got to deal with. I don't care about being slow versus this stuff. I probably should have cared more about that orb. Dude, we're good now. I got that negative energy resistance, brother. Oh, I do care about that, though. That rad roach. Time to get sued by Bethesda. That has to be copyrighted. It has to be copyrighted, rad roach. That specific name. Good old Ghost Moth. Okay, that rad roach did not really blow up too much. I'm not as worried about irradiate as I once was, because it's like, you know, it doesn't instantly mutate you anymore, so. Alright, we maxed out our shield enchantment. Pretty good stuff. The rest goes to AC. If we find any more enchant armors. I hopped over to the Weaver because I wanted to take as few corrosions as possible, so he was like a threat that needed to be taken off the table, you know. We found enchant weapon, which is an interesting day. Interesting thing, actually. It's become an interesting day, I should say, because it's like, do I want to enchant up the heavy broadaxe and hope that I find branding, or do I want to enchant up the vamp, which is a perfectly serviceable weapon going into endgame? It becomes a little worse once we hit depths, and a lot worse once we go into Zot versus Orbs of Fire and stuff. But I mean, we can make it work. I don't think so, friend. Mark trap instantly? I'm going straight up, brother. Wait that thing off and go to a different staircase, my friend. On the end vault? On the end vault floor? I'm thinking no. Oh boy, I should stop tabbing. There's a guy. Okay, we're a little corroded, but not really. Our defenses are not so high that we're like straight up immune to these dudes, but we're on the cusp of being unstoppable versus most of the things in here. The Arc Core is really helping me. I like the fact that they changed our core to actually do something against corrosion, as in like the corrosion status effect. So instead of taking 4 at a time, I take 2 at a time, which is a big improvement. Oh, I'm barbed. Seems pretty straightforward. Isn't it funny that this character was like getting dabbed on a minute ago by this branch? All it takes is like a couple of little items. We're still not great at meleeing Emperor Scorpions. We can do it though. Need just a little bit more power. Not so sure about Emperor Scorpion Simulacra. Oh yeah, I'm using Vamp. I decided to wait, by the way. I'm just holding the enchant weapon, and we'll kind of see what happens. If I start feeling like I am not doing enough damage, we'll use it on the Vamp. Okay, I don't care if I get paralyzed versus a single drawer Gumo with our negative. Okay, that really should be a rune door, but it's not. Wouldn't want to auto-explore into that. This is a hardcore top-tier threat that we're about to walk into. We have 4 MO. We're about to use one. Because, oh my god, it's tomb tier enemies. And we don't want to fight tomb tier enemies. And so we don't fight tomb tier enemies. We simply make them go boom. We say no. Well, we fight one, apparently. Those guys have AF slow, which... Pretty scary stuff. Repulsion is available. Alright, we got the rune. I probably should be more concerned, but I think we can do this now. Are you the heavy guy? Yeah, you're the guy with the heavy quick blades. Nice. Alright, he's off the table, baby! Okay, that's one moth. Zombies are actually getting in the way more than anything. I'm not even really using Bind Soul. I guess I should since my piety is up, but... Uh-oh. Kind of had to walk around and then hop. Okay, we now have to deal with the Zerk. It's the thing I was afraid of. Boy. Let's use Sack of Spiders so I have the ability to walk through these dudes. Let's swing. Let's walk backwards. Whoa, did you just berserk my... Yeah, bro. You just bit my Tarantella. Big mistake to berserk my Tarantella. Because now the Deep Elf Blade Master is going to be confused forever. Should be somewhat careful here. This guy has that Martyrs now, which can be pretty spooky. But apparently he just chooses not to cast it, which makes sense. He has like five other things. So it's not necessarily going to pick that one, you know, it's random. Alrighty, we got Haste and Invis out of that. That was worth the price of admission. Can't complain about that. Alright, I can complain about the dumb Chaos Broadaxe one, though. Thankfully, we haven't run into the true trap, which is the portal vault that has the Zot traps in it, which I would just ignore, frankly, if we ran into it. Where to go next? Where to go? Vaults, probably. I feel better about vaults than slime, I guess. I mean, this character can handle either. I mean, he really wants enchant armors. I am curious if I can bind TRJ these days. Be kind of funny if I could. Doesn't say anything about intelligence, and TRJ is living last time I checked. You couldn't bind him before. You used to be able to bind the priest, the slime priest, if he spawned, but you couldn't bind TRJ himself. So I am pretty curious. I almost want to go slime real quick just to, you know, just to test it. But we'd have a hard time defeating the slimes fast enough. Almost make me want to swap back to heavy. Last thing you want to do is be in a knockdown, drag-out long fight with an acid blob, even with our core. We'll do a little vaults. Oh, hey, my fighting is 20. You know, if offense is really hurting me, we could actually train axes up more just for damage. That's an option. But I'm going to take my dodging to 15. And I'm not going to train my invocations right now. I'm just going to take my dodging to 15 and get a couple more points of EV. We can, my god, we can O-tab. We can O-tab through most of vaults. Unless anything mildly spooky happens, we should be... I mean, there's certain uniques that could cause issues, but most of the stuff in here we can just ignore. Our defenses are, I mean, it's like, they're not... It's funny because my defenses could be a little bit better, but because I am using the Vamp Broadaxe, I get to play a little bit like a madman. I see you, Mr. Weaver. That was one of those situations where I was like, oh, I'll just swing on the Weaver, but the problem is that the problem is that with a +2 Broadaxe that is effectively unbranded, it takes a while, you know. There's a Scarf of Invis, by the way. Yeah, see how that Warden, he can still do good damage to us. It's just that we heal it up pretty fast, that's all. Strength. In fact, you could make the argument that Vaults is hands down the best place in the game to have a Vampirica brand. I think it does the most work and makes you look the most like a champion when you're rolling through Vaults with Vamp. I poop on Vampiric a lot as like a bad choice, but it's not bad at all. It's just I just like other brands better. But it's incredibly. I mean, here's the other thing: if you're not playing totally optimally, Vamp is the best brand in the game. If you are, there's better ones. And sometimes it is optimal to use Vamp. I mean, depending on what you've got available. So it's not a bad brand, it's just there's better things for certain purposes. And generally speaking, while healing during a fight is really good, Vamp is similarly nutty and snake. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because there's no... Yeah, everything is living. Literally everything. And you really, if you're having poison issues in Snake, well, you know what's really nutty in Snake is if it's not just Vamp, but specifically a Vamp axe. Doesn't he? Do you know a lot about the new spider? Because now there's just random pharaoh, like they're called pharaoh spiders or something like that. Let me show you this. They're undead pharaoh ants. So if you, first of all, it hits for a tremendous amount of damage. Like it hits basically as hard as an emperor scorpion, but then also drains life. Yeah, this is just a standard. This is not like in a vault. This is just a thing that spawns now. So you now you have to, yeah, 43, then 21 more negative, 140 speed, low HP to be fair, and you know, not the best magic resist, but look at its ability, which by the way is not referenced anywhere but the fluff text. When you kill this thing, everything gets the, you know, turn into a simulacrum when dead ability. So now, for every spider run that you are now encouraged to have negative energy resistance and cold resistance. And fire resistance, because guess what else spawns in there? Sun moths. Although, to be fair, Pyre Arrow doesn't do a ton of damage, so that's a bit of an exaggeration on my part. So I was just kind of like baffled earlier going through Spider at just exactly how much Omni resistance you're supposed to have. I don't know. But it's like the Pharaoh Ant really just slays me because it has low HP and high damage, so you're like, oh, okay, I should take this out. But then you're punished for doing so. The game punishes you for doing the correct move, and it seems to be that, like, okay, well, you're supposed to both defeat it quickly and move it away from enemies, because you want to defeat it last as well, if there's enemies around. Except, you know, with attacks of opportunity, you can't, you know, you're punished for doing that too. So I'm just being whipped by the devs, you know, like the player is just being like brutally, mercilessly whipped. He's being punished no matter what he does, and I don't know. You got any thoughts on that? Am I do I have a wrong take here? Because I just don't understand what direction they were going with that. I feel like there should be solutions that make, I guess, the player feel good. You know, I think the best thing a game designer can do is make a game really tough, but then give the player the opportunity to, you know, to feel smart when they overcome that challenge. But as far as I can tell, the new Spider is just like, it's just a slog. It's just like a gear check. Create some interesting spots. Yeah, no, I mean, sure. I mean, if you throw enough, if you like throw the kitchen sink at the player and the player is able to handle it, sure. I mean, you can definitely create some interesting scenarios with that, but you gotta, at some point, you gotta take a pause and just look at balance, you know? Yeah, except you're not allowed to do that. Yeah, disable, basically. You're supposed to use some kind of disable on it, but not all characters get that. Yes, if you don't have RC, I don't want to be fighting any simulacra, but like a wolf spider simulacra is, you know, sounds like a basic monster, but it will tear your ass up. Yeah, they're fast, so they get those, you know, that AF cold damage. Yredelemnul refuses to let your conquest be stopped by a trick of the earth. Yredelemnul secret MVP for blocking shafts, I have to admit. I have complained a little bit about how the torch kind of encourages you to not stare dance, which I don't have a problem with that exactly. I've just been kind of suggesting that maybe the god itself should be more designed around sustaining, but overall I think it's fine. It is unusually generous. I agree. I like that. I like that. I like that it doesn't just cuck you out of piety, because the thing is, you can't get piety if you leave the floor. Like for that floor, everything you kill on that floor is now piety free. So I think it is good that they stop you from being shafted. And yeah, like I was saying, like it's just like minor gripes. Overall, I think overall I like Neo Yredelemnul. It's just I would probably change a little bit about how Torchlight works. I might even remove Torchlight entirely. I'd probably You know, I would keep Torchlight. I would make it so it doesn't buff your allies with might. I would make, like I was saying earlier, I would make it the Warcraft 3 Death Knight ability where it would just damages enemies, heals allies. Maybe doesn't heal yourself because that'd be probably a little too strong. Or maybe just applies like a light regen effect even. That'd probably be okay. But then also I would change the Fathomless Shackles because I mean, first of all, it was bizarre that any damage that it was doing or healing that it was doing was, as far as I could tell, completely unannounced in the combat log. And so I was sitting there scanning the combat log trying to figure out what was happening, and it's just not there. But secondly, I don't know if the gimmick of like, well, this is anti-sanctuary. Am I okay with... Yeah, I'm okay with being paralyzed here. It's fine. The gimmick of the anti-sanctuary is cool. I don't know if the implementation is that great. Like binding enemies in place is kind of a weirdly it's like both weak and strong at the same time. Like I guess it was strong in the context of holding Pharaoh ants still, I guess. But I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but I guess you would need to decide what that ult is supposed to be. And if it's supposed to be a real true survival thing, I think what I might do with it is like make it do disjunctions, or not disjunctions, but like maybe like a light form of the butterfly's pushback ability every couple turns, and then make that negative energy. So you get negative energy damage that maybe like drains HP, shoves things away. And that way, you know, when you get into the late game and most things are just straight up immune to negative energy, you're still getting something out of your super rad ultimate ability. Just workshopping ideas though. I might present something like that to BHoth for B-Crawl. Because I think an ultimate ability like that would be, I mean, it would be strong, but it would be not really that much stronger than something like Disjunction, and certainly weaker than Zen's Sanctuary, which is just by far the most powerful survival ability in the game. Really, really good. Okay, let's go down. Activate the torch. Not that I really need piety, but... Alright, I have been kind of functioning on autopilot a bit here with this training. I'm gonna take dodging and shields to 20. I've definitely pumped up my EV a bit. At the very least, they should change that ultimate to be a little more clear about what the hell's going on in the combat log, because the description says one thing, but then that thing is not really, it's not really clear if it's happening or not. Hey, sick. That's yeah, that's a strict upgrade. It's too bad it's not +2, but I can't complain. For now, it's a strict upgrade. Not that I need another Pip of our Cold, but I'll take the AC. Hell yeah. I'm a happy camper here with my items. I cannot complain about the item situation. I could complain about my weapon, I guess, but not very much. I think probably we're well past the point of the game where I would be wanting to do a wacky berserk play, so let's drop that. And gonna move on. This is so funny, because it's like my auto fight stop makes me stop tabbing, but then I just like manually swing a couple times, and the vamp, I mean, if you don't play with vamp for long enough, you forget about how it just kind of makes the game more satisfying. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's me. He's gonna try to teach me about cryptocurrency and sell me fantasy novels. I hate this guy already. It'd be kind of cool if they got god abilities, by the way. This is a lot of Maras. Oh yeah, we could... Well, the problem is I don't know which Mara is real. Can I just leave? Even though I have my crappy frog speed. I'm gonna summon so they stop luring him to me. I want to wait like 100 turns and then maybe find him again and bind him immediately. And I mean, you see Mara, you gotta bind him just for the memes, right? I don't think he's gonna be particularly useful, but I'm okay with fighting this. Normally I wouldn't be. Okay, maybe I'm less okay with it now. Do we got a bunch of Quicksilver? We have 4 Quicksilver. That's less than I'd like. Alright, you've sold me on needing to lightning bolt you. I refuse! I refuse to swap to heavy, even though it's probably the right thing to do. I will not do it. Even versus undead. Hopefully we find a 4th brand weapon scroll. 3 brand weapon scrolls, and I don't get freezing or flame. I just get heavy, and then venom, and then heavy again. Feels a bit rigged. I think Evil Eddie did it to me. It's probably his fault. Interesting little artifact hand axes. A weird point in the game to find them. Wonder if anything could be done about, you know, finding all this, like, sort of, I guess you could call it, like, popcorn items. It always feels, like, vaguely disappointing to find a fun little hand axe in the late game, or some item like that, that would have made the early game really interesting. Not necessarily easier, but, you know, I guess it would be easier, but I guess that's just kind of part of it. Part of the RNG. Oh, man. Alright. I guess we'll try to bind. +3 Demon Blade of Flaming. We could poly him into an Ice Fiend or a Brimstone Fiend first. I don't think I'm doing that. I wonder if Quicksilver knocks off the binding. Well. Oh, he's gonna leave line of sight. I'm gonna hop to him so he can't do that. We're gonna bind Soul. Okay, he blinks, which is irritating as hell. He's bound. I take a bunch of damage. He doesn't have Arlek. You know what? Let's just torchlight this guy. Mara's soul is now yours, baby! Mara the Bound Rakshasa has all those fun little Mara abilities. How much HP? I didn't look. 144! Supposedly that goes up. I haven't seen that happen, but supposedly it does, even while the soul is bound. Probably gonna run into problems with Torchlight. But then again, if he does the Mara summon, should be more shades, right? More bound souls. I don't know. Okay, we've done Vaults 3. I really think we're just gonna Stair Dance Vaults 5. Forget the, you know, Black Torch. Can't believe our defenses are so good, even though our body armor is, like, kind of bad. Do I care about being paralyzed? I probably should. I do. You guys just deal with this for me. Kind of a good place to do a torchlight, actually. What happened to Mara? Mara blinks. Kind of irritating thing to have on an ally, I guess. Now that I think about it, we're going to torchlight again. I'm going to risk... Oh boy, there's the constriction. It's okay, I have allies. If I get paralyzed, it's not the end of the world. Like, my AC is still halfway decent. Oh no. Oh no, my RC file is making the screen flash because of my jellyfish zombie. Why don't we take that out? I could fix my RC file to not do that, but for now, I don't care enough. Oh my god, please. There we go. Yo, let's not tab. What the hell, dude? Norris. The surfer bro. California dreaming over here. Yeah. That's 90 damage a pop. And he can just spam that shit. He does not care. He is fearless. Let me guess, he can't be drowned. Yes, he's resistant to drowning. What a terrifying enemy. And we don't have any silence scrolls. This could be quite bad. He'd make a hilarious bound soul, though. My god, 3D 30 each time, and he could just spam it. Oh man, that's hardcore. He's also got a holy longsword, which is... I wonder how that works. I bet you it just drops off. That's what I bet happens. Anyway, File of Floods will not silence him because he's immune to drowning. So we're gonna have to get more clever. Well, I feel like we open up with roots. Hold him in place. As long as there's like dudes between me and him, we're somewhat okay. And then I think we sack of spiders, and yeah, if there's like a dude between me and him, it's fine. We're gonna roots again. We're basically buffing our allies by rootsing him. Okay. And then we're gonna torchlight, and it's gonna buff all of our bros. And do damage to him. And then we'll just order to attack. That guy can end your runs so easy. Turns out 90 damage is a lot. Oh, there's my ally. I actually have Norris himself as my ally right now. No, that's the Mara clone. Yo, hey, confirmed. When Mara does the Mara copy, it's you get multiple bound Rakshasas. This is a pretty hardcore looking army right now. Norris in there with three Mara spirits. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, our army is all we need. Like, Mara, with the copy, can kind of, sort of just resolve all problems. We really just need to be able to sustain. We still hit reasonably hard, although not as hard as we could be hitting. We have acquirement. Well, before I use the enchant armor on my boots, let's read the acquirement. Wow. Wow, did we go for it? Ashanzari has some weird whims. -1 pair of boots. But we get Dex plus 8 from that, and is a source of our poise. And if I remember correctly, let's take a look. Yeah, I was thinking about trading off my cloak for something else, because Cloak of Magic resist. None of the other stuff is very good except for the gold, so I'm actually going to get those boots. I bet you this is going to make my EV fly up. Let's see how bad it nerfs our AC. Probably not too much. 29 AC. 29 AC. We only lose 1 point of AC, but we gain... yeah, we gain like 5 points of EV. And a couple of points of SH. That's a lot. So I'm gonna say that's worth it. That's a weird one. I'm gonna stop picking up scrolls of enchant armor for the time being. We might. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep them because I'm eventually gonna want to enchant up. Even if I don't need it for my own armor, I'm gonna want to enchant up a Storm Dragon armor for the Trove. Man, a negative AC item that I'm actually wanting to use. That's kind of cool. But yeah, that opens up Cloak of Magic Resist, which we could enchant up. Which means we could swap off our +3 scale mail. Yeah, we could do a little housekeeping right now. I'd be happy to do it. I'm gonna clear this floor first, and then I'm gonna do that. Surprisingly cool find, but I mean that's like the best thing about dungeon crawls, sort of inventory management, not inventory management, but like equipment management minigame. It's just kind of cool, the decisions that you end up making and how finding a single item that it may not be ideal, but it's still good, you know, but it has a particular quality about it, like our poise or whatever, some resistance that then completely changes. You know, you can then start a sort of a sequence of events that is really, really optimal, but might not be immediately obvious. And that kind of thing is, like I was saying, the devs have kind of like failed to ruin that part of it, because that's an example of making the player letting the player feel smart. You feel like you've solved an interesting problem when you sort of put those puzzle pieces into place the way that they're kind of meant to be. Alright. So we're gonna drop the cloak. Gonna wear this cloak. We're gonna drop the scale mail. We're gonna wear this scale mail. Keep RC invisible from the gloves. So we have that still. Only thing we've lost is a pip of our cold. We've gained a bunch of int, which puts us in the zone where I could train some casting if I felt like it. We've actually gained a pip of resist negative, and we've lost nothing in the way of magic resist. We have our like twice, which doesn't do anything, but whatever. Not bad. And now we're wearing armor that, while not the best thing in the world, is, you could call it end game. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I mean, it's fine. It's acceptable. We have 2 enchant armors. I'm gonna go ahead and use them. Maybe a little bit, whatever the opposite of greedy is, but maybe a little too conservative, but I'm about to do Vaults 5, so. Okay, terrific. Okay. What do we want to do here? Trying to decide if we want to like commit to stair dancing, or if we want to try to duke it out. I guess the answer is depending on what we see down there. I like the fact that lighting the black torch is a choice that the player gets to make after entering the floor, rather than something that just happens every time you enter the floor. So you get to choose when to do it. You get to dump it out at an opportune time. That kind of surprises me that the the devs even allowed you to do that, honestly. Okay, there's not much here, so we could potentially duke it out. That's a lot of... Are those Bardiches? Yeah, halberds and stuff. A lot of them have spawned with halberds today. I'm stair dancing. I have max piety anyway, so it's like... It's whatever. I don't even want Mara to come with me. Too dangerous for Mara's. Uh-oh! 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 Uh-oh. Okie doke. Stair dance, party, over. GG. Stair dance party. So, what to do? If I thought Fathomless Shackles actually did something cool, I would use it and immediately start gaining HP. See, the game has done a very poor job of communicating, you know, on what sort of schedule Fathomless Shackles gives me HP. You don't understand what happened? Oh, okay, I'll explain. I went down, and there is a Vault Warden here, and sometimes they choose not to lock the doors as soon as you come down. This time they did, so I can't go back up anymore. I can't do any more stair dancing. This passage is sealed until I kill the Vault Warden that's sealing it, which I could, but I don't have the best tools to do that quickly, and I'm surrounded by things that can do some pretty legitimate damage to me if I stay like this for too long. Also, there are a couple of Convokers here that can summon shitloads of very, very nasty things from the rest of the floor. On top of that, there's the Shadow Dragon, who is not that big of a deal just yet, but probably will be once he starts blasting me with his breath. I would say I'm scared that he can shove me off the staircase, but that doesn't really matter considering I can't go up anyway. Probably just like a lot of really nasty things coming. I'm gonna do something real fast. I'm gonna run a command through the bot. I'm gonna say, let's see, Fathomless Shackles, because maybe... Are you joking? It's not even in the LearnDB? I was thinking maybe like they... Is that what it's called? Oh my god. Yeah, it's just not... That's wild. They really have given up on this game. There's not even a LearnDB entry for Fathomless Shackles. That is hilarious. Huh. Oh yeah, no problem, TurboStope. Man, I can't believe that's like unheard of, man. That's and this has been in the game for a few versions, hasn't it? These people really have... Wow. Okay. Anyway, I was hoping that the LearnDB would bail me out with some... well, a lot of it is like a lot of the community just bailed on the game because obvious reasons, and they were the ones maintaining the LearnDB. Various people got banned from editing the LearnDB for like minor interpersonal disputes with, you know, certain tyrannical devs, etc., etc. You know, just DCSS things. Anyway, let's figure out what we're gonna do about this situation. I mean, I'm good. I've got 10 blank. I got 17 telly. I've got like a billion things here. Number one is gonna be haste. I feel like I just duke it out. Although I have a Titan here, which is not great. Oh no, I know. I saw both wardens. I am aware, Raga. Although, if you kill one, I think the door's open, and then he has a chance to... I mean, if you get real unlucky, he locks him on the same turn, but I think we're devoted to being down here, basically. Do I want to go ahead and drink Might? We have a fear. I could get smited every turn, but I can also gain a lot of HP. I want to see what happens if I swing. Yeah, that was less of a heal than I had hoped. Let's might. This isn't so bad. Alright, I'm going to light the black torch. We're going to get a ton of HP back every turn. This is not a thing that I would typically do, but this character I think can do it. Whoa. Where'd that fear come from? Oh, yeah, my Eidolon has caused fear. Okay. I'll take it. I think I can get some, like, unaware attacks off that. %chance to hit. Yeah, it doesn't increase my chance to hit, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we just keep swinging. I like the fact that the Convoker over there is feared. That's really good. That means no summoning. I think I just keep swinging. Time to do the Yredelemnul's conquest of V5, I guess. We could actually use the alt. I think I'm gonna. I can demonstrate exactly how much this doesn't tell me. Oh, you fail to use your ability. Okay. Okay, so we did it. You call down the inexorable grip. And then let's talk about this. Definitely it's doing something. Because if you look at that... Let me get my mouse here. If you look here, you call down Yredelemnul's inexorable grip. So that's when I use the ability. And then it says, your attack snaps the ironbound Convoker out of its fear. Snaps the Vault Guard out of its fear X4. So they're taking damage. But the only reason I'm being told they're taking damage is because they happen to be feared and it canceled the fear. And then one of them died, so it must have taken damage. And so this confirms, beyond the shadow of a doubt, there's just no message in the combat log when this ability does its damage. This is like some amateur hour type stuff. It's wild, dude. I mean, think about this. What that means is, I think people think that I'm joking when I say that the devs don't test their code. But that's proof positive. They don't even test, like, they didn't even run it once. Like, how could you miss that? You know, that would be like the first thing I look for. Like, I'm looking at the combat log. Hey, is this working as expected? Like, someone just wrote that code, shit it out, I guess maybe tested to see if it compiled. I guess they must have, because it did compile. And then just like, oh, here's a commit. And they didn't. It's just, as a programmer myself, I just can't imagine operating that way. Not taking a look at the end result and saying, like, well, does this code actually do what I expected it to do? Because, I mean, I don't care how good you are, you're going to make a mistake here and there. You know, you're not perfect. The nature of programming is for there to be bugs. I guess unless you're like Oren doing math or something, he seems to be one of those savant people, but he helped me with a collision detection problem I was having once. But so it was a weird one too, because I was doing like an isometric sort of thing that was also real time. So anyway, I don't know, man. We can just melee this stuff. I guess I kind of sort of am healing. I believe what I've determined is that yes, it does damage. Yes, it heals me. No, it doesn't work on things that are resistant or immune to negative energy. I think that's kind of the bottom line. Basically. You know what would do well for this character? Song of Slaying would do well for this character. Song of Slaying would be really, really good on this dude, and I should have memorized it a while ago. But it's not called Song of Slaying anymore. It's called, Fug. It's called Fugue. Something Fugue. But we don't have that, so probably we just continue not being a caster at all. Although, tempting to pick up Silence or Valclutch or something. Anyway. How much do I feel like moving with my Barachian speed? I don't really have Barachian speed right now. I have Barachian speed with haste potions, so probably we should take out some of the more nasty threats on the table while ideally staying within the bounds of the grip. So we want the Convoker gone. I feel like that's my Freezing Wraith. I don't want to bolt through him. I feel like we want to take the Convoker out, and we want to take out the Titan over there, and we want to take out the Deep Elf Sorcerer. Those are the big threats on the table that can do nasty things to me. Convoker's number one, by far. Why don't we just take a step? Vault Warden is wielding the +8 Trishula. Condemnation. Hell yeah. I have a suspicion that's an unrand. The hell is Anguish? Whatever, we'll take a look at all that. Oh yeah, it's got to be an unrand. Look how cool it looks. There's no way that that's not an unrand. I wonder what Anguish is. That sounds like, I bet you it like halves HP on a undead, like Torment would, maybe. I don't know. I'll take a look at it when I get a chance. 56 plus 84 holy. Holy weapons are no joke, man. Versus undead. I don't think we become vulnerable to that, do we? Unless they change that for Yredelemnul. That would be pretty scary if worshipping Yredelemnul makes you vulnerable to holy. Oh man, that'd be so wacky. It would be thematic. I wouldn't have a problem with that as long as the game kind of warned you a little bit. Let's order our guys. Let's order them to attack the Convoker. Okay, Convoker's dead. Good. Probably I just start swinging. I don't know. Do I need to worry about the Sorcerer all the way over there? He can't call down Hellfire, so he can't really hurt me from over there. I'm just gonna swing. Just gonna swing and keep fighting. My HP's maxed. I'm hasted. I'm mighted. Just, you know, just duke it out, man. What's going on here? Repelling missiles. Okay. Okay. He really is just bolting through everything. I thought the Titan was in the way, but it must have moved. Alright, I'm gonna keep swinging. I can't vamp drain the dragon, but... God, I'm tempted to MO, but I know I shouldn't. I don't want Mara to go the same way that Rupert did. We also don't know which Mara is real, do we? I feel like, as the master of Mara over here, I should probably know which one is real, somehow. But I honestly, I understand not programming that, because that's like a very special kind of edge case. Okay, do we gotta worry about Mr. Dreadlich? Greater Demon is a big problem. Big problem. Well, we took out the Sorcerer with a Lightning Bolt, Lightning Blast from the Rod. Dreadlich is Arlek. We probably don't want to use Rod on him unless it's just to finish him off. Pretty bad stuff. Remember, we can always telly. We're not like marked or anything. There's no reason I have to fight in the center here like a madman. It's just kind of the route that we chose to take. Okay, haste happens. I'm fearful of Greater Demon because of Torment, although probably Torments won't happen under the circumstances with all these dudes around. Maybe I just walk forward. I'm now like paranoid that they've somehow made it so that Holy does damage to Yredelemnul worshippers, though. I feel like I shouldn't risk it. It seems like something they would do, you know? Can we disintegrate? 74%. Let's just do that. Well, now I can't walk away because I get an attack of opportunity. I could hop or something. I'll run the risk. It can't kill me on one hit, even with all that extra damage. We're gonna roots him. Titan Simulacrum hits the Vault Warden. How do I even have a Titan Simulacrum? Morrow must have copied it. Oh man, he went down hard. He went down hard to that ice damage, baby. That's big boy damage is what we call that. Alright, looks like the grip is ending, which is fine. I feel like I want to take out that Dreadlich. I don't want to be in melee with Phantasmal Warrior because it can halve my magic resist, and then suddenly Dreadlich goes from 0 to hero as he can paralyze me again. Big problems. We don't want that, so... Why is my Titan... he must have gotten copied while he was... Huh, yeah, he got copied while he was in the grip. It's gonna swing a little bit. HP is looking just fine and dandy. Maybe we just throw roots out over here, yeah? How are some staircases locked and some aren't? I think that might be a visual bug, or maybe the warden that cast it was like not... I mean, right now it looks like they all locked, so maybe somebody did it again. But I've seen that before where some are locked and some aren't. I think it's either a visual bug and they really are all locked, or maybe the warden could like only see some of the staircases when he cast the spell. But yeah, I've definitely seen that before. I don't have a real I don't have a for sure sort of explanation for you about that. I am curious though. I should probably fool around with that and test it. Man, yeah, see, that's a problem. She already summoned a Shadow Demon. This Phantasmal Warrior scares me. I need some kind of, like, big ranged AoE for this situation, and we just don't... We do not have such a thing. Yo! Hello... Alright, the Dreadlich is now officially causing some serious problems for me. Can I do something funny? Can we do a big meme? 45%? I don't think I want to try the big meme. How about we just drink one of our 1,000,000 potions of Invis? Yep. And then take a step so that if he hellfires my zombie, it doesn't hit me. This is mostly okay, although I'm still afraid of these Phantasmal Warriors in combination with the Dreadlich. If that hits me, it's blink party time. There's also these Undying Armories, which, well, I guess there's only one, but still. They're kind of tough. I'm minded, I'm still hasted. I feel like we just start attacking now. What a wacky hardcore situation I find myself in. I think we're fine. I might be overthinking this. Yeah, let's just take some stuff down. Whoa, that's by Susan. Oh, Mara's dead, by the way. I think Mara died at some point. But God knows I'm not going to try to... I am not going to sit here and bind right now and take damage voluntarily. That is not going to happen. If that's the case, though, maybe it's time for MO. Fun little MO play. Yeah, it is. And my zombies help. Okay, I'm still 0%. 0% para, right? Yeah. Yeah. This is pulling everything on the goddamn floor, so it's going to be time to telly soon. Maybe it's time to telly now. I think the party is coming to an end. Let's go ahead and telly and stop being quite so silly. We've cleared out quite a bit. We made a lot of noise in the center. Let's see if we can't take down this Dreadlich, though. Okay, no. And this is what makes the Phantasmal Warriors so scary. They have that blink close. The party is over. We're hopping. Okay, good. That guy's gone. We do not want MR/2 against a thing that can paralyze us. Not good at all. Alright, I think we're like one turn away from teleporting. It's kind of hard to do the math because, you know, we've been hasted and whatnot, and I haven't been paying attention, but wow, only a 35% chance to hit the Dreadlich with the Quicksilver? That's wild. How's come? His EV is only 2 pips. That's, oh, our missile. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, I'll risk it. I'll risk wasting a root. Hey, we got him. And we're still here. My telly has not kicked in. I could probably stick around, but I'll wait a turn, and here we are. As I said before, we're not marked. Just kind of maybe seemed that way. Hey, dragon. Give me your skin. I need that. Nope, he turned into a zombie. So maybe... Does that mean we can't get dragon skins? I think Yredelemnul might stop you from getting dragon armors. Just like Gozag. Didn't care too much about the convoking. I probably should have been a little more careful, but... I just kind of figured we'd be fine. We've cleared out so much of the floor already. I don't care to bind this. If I was gonna bind a deep elf, it'd be a death mage. You know what? I will file him. I probably should be being a little more careful about that kind of thing. We may have cleared a bunch of the floor, but we haven't cleared so much that there's not real threats on it, you know? Can I just tab this? I think you're gonna stop me. Wow, that's a lot of... How in the... What? Oh! Oh, okay. That's what Bestow Arms does. I didn't even look at that. I probably should have. I just knew it, like, flung, you know, it flung animated weapons at you. That's wild. It gave them... The interesting thing is that it's smart enough to give them, pole arms. That's kind of cool, actually. That's not so bad. Is this considered to be, like, a ghost? Can I root him? Nope, insubstantial. I was like, why am I taking damage? Why am I taking so much damage? Then I look over and I see that everybody is, like, got standard issue demon tridents, and I'm like, what's happening? I thought the RNG was just being really funny. Okay, By Susan has transformed into her super form. We could, we could actually bind her soul, if we felt like it. Would be kind of fun. Why don't we hippity-hoppity over here? Run backwards. Come on, guys. You can summon, that's fine. Send my zombies forward. I would like to immolate, but I also want to bind her soul, so it's a problem. You know what? I should stop screwing around. I need to haste first. If we're going to be doing damage to myself, I want to be able to chug down heal wounds for these, you know, for all this smiting that's possibly going to happen. So we're going to, dude, I swear, if you walk backwards, I'm going to be furious. We're going to bind soul, eat the damage. We're going to MO. Okay. Okay. Not bad. I love the roots MO play, or MO roots, rather. Because it's like they just sit there taking damage. Nice. Unfortunately, We didn't really get any damage on By Susan here, and she does a lot of damage, man. Like, a lot. So I may have just kind of played myself a little bit here. I have a lot of curing. I'm just going to drink a little bit. Just to get a little more HP. There's that lightning bolt. Another Titan. Wow. Just, you got all the Titans here today. Can I just torchlight you down? That'd be good. Then we can mite our specters. Yeah, they'll potentially do some work, because that's a spectral Titan. So you're looking at, you know, 22 extra damage. It's not bad at all. That could actually take down By Susan with enough high rolls. Or they could just die to the flames. That's cool too. Okie doke. Okie doke, okie doke, okie doke. Let's take a step. Let's roots. Okay, let's... Oh my god, it's Jobo as well. There he is, and he can summon top tier threats. The damn air elementals. He would be a good bind. He would be an amazing bind actually, because he could just paralyze enemies for a turn regardless of anything. Wow. I wish I had seen that there. I think I might have to give up my bind here. Just like telly out and live with the piety and HP loss. I can't stick around here, right? Not with Sajobo. Let's take a step away. It's not great. I sure wish I had hop. Huh. I'm gonna use sack. And I didn't get the allies in the position that I wanted them. I mean, I don't particularly care about being MR/2'd right now. Because there's nothing that can threaten me except for, well, I guess there's the brain. They could do cause fear on me. Well, no, mass confuse is a big deal. That's a problem. Yeah, it's time to bust out the big boys. Scroll is summoning. Okay, now it's a problem because I'm like, there's nothing between me and her. My allies have chosen not to spawn in the places where I would like them to spawn. I am going to net her is what I'm... Well, should I? It says not watching me. Should I believe it? I'm surprised she's even nettable. She should be pretty big. Smite damage plus primal damage, 90 plus 17, 107 possible. Very unlikely to eat all of that, but then there's also the attack from the warrior. I mean, we'll block some of that, so we're okay, but it's not really a chance I should be taking. I could order everybody to attack by Susan, and they, like, maybe he'd go up in that position. Like, this guy moves up. This guy moves up. I don't know. Probably the safest thing I can do is take a step down. So now there's a dude guaranteed to be between me and by Susan, and the primal wave it's gonna hit somebody. Alright, let's order them all to attack by Susan. Alright, we've been hit. We've been not MR/2'd, which I thought that was guaranteed. Wait, did they take that away? Rendering it strikes weak-willed and vulnerable to dark magic. But I didn't get it. That's... Oh, okay. I guess I can't complain. Alright, I can't risk this any longer. I'm gonna drink a heal wounds. This is making me nervous. There's just a lot of damage possible if you know, in the super duper max roll kind of way. Kind of scenario. I'm actually gonna... Do I want to Fathomless? I kinda want to Fathomless. I'm gonna do it. It'll make my HP go up. My you know, my piety goes down by a pip, but I'll get that back. I'll get that back by the end of the floor, probably. And now, yeah, now my HP is going up again. Apparently, with no messages whatsoever. But like with Sajobo there, you know, being paralyzed and whatnot, this is just the way it's got to go. God, I should not be doing this fight. I think if Sajobo summons, we just blink out. Like, we just kind of have to. I mean, being paralyzed next to some of this stuff is not ideal. I'm just like committed to taking down by Susan, but there's like a lot of crap that does damage to me. I had hoped I would just like not have to deal with by Susan like I was, or actually not by Susan, Sajobo. Oh, okay, we got it. Well, that's interesting. There's a, you get a different, they actually made a second tile. I would not have put in the effort for that, but, you know, props to them. We got by Susan the Bound Storm Dragon. Pretty cool. Okay, I want this Titan gone. I really want Sajobo gone. Okay, I want Sajobo gone. Let's do this thing. I'll use everything at my disposal. I don't care if the Annihilator dies, that's fine. I want instant damage on Sajobo. Huh. My Torchlight is actually damaged by Susan. The Umbral Torchlight engulfs by Susan. By Susan is lightly damaged. By Susan is empowered. It's also damaging my Steel Barb Worm, but that's understandable because that's a type of, you know, that's living. Is there some kind of bug happening here, maybe? Says Holiness Undead, so... I'm not going to think about it too much. That's... I think whoever programmed Yredelemnul is just a bit lazy. I think I have a guess as to who it might have been, but I'm not going to say. What's roots here? Oh wow. But the knockback took the roots away. That's a problem, I guess. You know what? I'm not going to Torchlight. I feel very, very, very confident that... Oh, let's see how much damage Mighted by Susan does. 36, 18, 18. Not bad. The Primal Wave is where the real damage is, man. That 90 damage. And I think it ignores EV. I think it just automatically hits. Could be wrong about that. Yeah, I don't think it cares about EV at all. Nice, 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 nice. Not bad. Oh, I'm getting corroded. I'm super corroded. Yo, no. No, I fooled around and I'm gonna lose my Susan right now. Why did I fool around? No. Yeah, to make allies feel good in this game, you've got to make them... if you've got a god built around allies, you almost have to give them some ability to keep them alive after a mistake is made. Like, I realize I could be playing better, sure, and I could keep my dudes alive, and it looks like she's going to be fine, because I kind of instantly did some stuff, but... Do I want to drink cancel? I have 4, I don't want to... I mean, I'd rather not, honestly. Can I just duke it out with -8 corrosion? Like a madman. It's not great. Oh, 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 bolt of cold, blast through, hits by Susan. GG. All that effort. All that effort. Gone. Rip. 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 I'm going away. I'm doing this the classic way now. The real way. AKA sit in a corner and fight 2 things at a time, although we've already cleared out so much of the floor. Don't really need to do that, do we? No, just auto-explore. Yeah, Bind Soul just like, it's like the coolest ability in the game that you don't even want to bother with. Because no matter how much HP you... Whoa. I'll go this way. Oh, man. Okay, maybe I won't. I thought that little room had a slightly different layout. Okay, this is definitely a situation where we don't want to be mutated, so we'll lightning rod a couple times past him and fail. And then we'll, you know what, Torchlight will definitely damage the eyeball and not the lich. Let's Quicksilver through these guys. Quicksilver unraveled the thing he was casting, apparently, and then it also unraveled the haste on the lich, so kind of a win-win. I'm gonna do it again. Shields to 20. It's time to get our axes up a bit. Hi, what you got there? Is that Disto? That's Datura. Well, I got made fragile by a... That's hilarious. I got made fragile by a shapeshifter that turned into the little fragile glass eye guys, and then it turned into a torpor snail after that, which is really funny. Like, that is hardcore. Oh, I'm not supposed to stare dance. Well, rip piety. Rip. Oh, boy. I don't want to be fragiled. God, airstrike is no joke anymore. By the way, fog is like rare enough now that I almost don't even want to use it. You know, that's the wildest thing. God, look at that damage. All right. I'm playing bad. I'm sleepy. This is definitely going to be the final floor for the night. I'm making several mistakes. I mean, we're in a position on this character that we're allowed to make a couple of mistakes, but if we end up having to do 15 runes, which honestly, thankfully, it's looking like we won't, I'd probably want to have more in the way of, well, as many buffs as possible available. Especially if I'm expected to do it with Yredelemnul, because that is pretty wild. Also, it occurred to me that if I really wanted to get a Storm Dragon scale, I could defeat a dragon with my allies while I am far enough away from it that it doesn't become a zombie. Otherwise, I think I'm guaranteed to never get scales. And this axe is wild. Like, it takes me forever to do anything with it. It's fine. Like, it lets me survive longer, so I can tap for a while, but it's just like the sustain item, I guess. Magical power, poison resist goes away, Ambi of regeneration goes away, Profire goes away. Got the rune. Gloves of Slay +6 and Strength -4 and RC -. You know, I don't think we're going to be wearing those today. Pretty good chainmail. Got regen on it. I like mine more, my scale mail, because it has magic resist. We got a lot of digging. That would have been like no digging a few versions ago, but 8 digging is a lot of digging charges in Modern Crawl. What is that? Is that the Lich item? Yeah, it is. Huh. Well, I guess that kind of sort of opens up extended. Oh, man. HP 10%. User can heal themselves by tormenting living foes nearby. Shape-shifting skill increases the amount healed. Further, the user resists cold, has enhanced magic resist, and is immune to poison, miasma, negative energy, and torment. No potions. Okay, so it's the same as before, except the attack effect is different, which we wouldn't be using on armed combat anyway, but I'm gonna drop that for now, but keep it in mind, I guess, that we found it. I would need to I'd need to start fast, basically. 0 aptitude, man. Frogs, Barachians are not so bad at shape-shifting. Might actually be a species where if you start as a shapeshifter, you actually want to use the talismans long term. I don't know. Anguish. It makes its victims' attacks reflect back on them. Oh, wow. Magic mirror. That's... or pain mirror. That's wildly powerful. It's pretty cool. Huh. You really shouldn't be using a holy item like this. Yeah, if I if I attack with that, Yredelemnul gets very upset with me. Anyway, item-wise we didn't find much in here, but that's okay because we have all the items we need. We're doing totally great. We're doing really well item-wise. I really wouldn't change a thing. I mean, I could nitpick a couple of things here, but basically this is the ideal situation. If you're running a character and your resistances look like this and your defenses look like this, you're fine. The axe is a problem, but it's more of an annoyance than anything. It's not great. We can still start using the heavy if it's really a problem, which I would feel pretty stupid about, but you know, technically it's probably okay. I don't know. It's okay until it's not. It's okay until like something casts LCS on me twice and I don't block it both times. So it's like it lulls you into a, you know, false sense of security, perhaps, might be the best way to phrase that. Clearly it's time to switch to shapeshifting and train unarmed combat, right? At this late hour. Nah, I'm just kidding. we'll figure it out. I mean, if I have to use heavy, I actually will. Like, maybe if I, you know, if I were to find nothing else for the rest of the game offensively, I guess yeah, I mean, I guess I would use heavy versus, you know, Orbs of Fire, but probably only while hasted, you know. It's okay to use heavy while hasted, because then you're not attacking, you know, slower than speed 1. It's pretty good weapon at that point. Haste Might Heavy Broadaxe takes down Orbs of Fire very, very cleanly. And while I've been pretty liberal in my use of my resources, I have saved quite a lot of haste, like an enormous amount of haste. 10 might as well be infinity haste. I have a lot, so it's not bad, not a bad run. It's going okay. I'll probably finish up next session unless I get like a glut of subs, and then I will do 15. I will begrudgingly do 15 runes. Although I am unsure if I will stick with Yredelemnul or not. It just kind of depends. I think it would be, if that were to happen, I think it would be interesting to try to do extended with red, but I don't know. I mean, it would be like better than it used to be, because so many things can become servants now, like demons can be turned into specters. So it's not like Yredelemnul is doing absolutely nothing for me in extended. It's just not. I mean, outside of Bind Soul, it's just not. It's not nearly as good as, say, like a TSO or something. And I have no idea how I would even think about doing Tomb safely unless I picked up Talisman. So Talisman of Necromancy. I mean, it would be a huge time invest, because I'd probably end up having to, if I wanted to do it safely, I'd probably have to farm Pan for experience for a long time, which would be sort of miserable. But on the other hand, we you know, we have the tools to do it. We have a digging wand, so I just have to go through Pan until I found Holy, and then make a hole and sit there, basically. Complicated by being a Barachian, I suppose. Slow move speed, but probably we don't have to worry about that. I don't think we're gonna get there on that, which is a-okay by me. Anyway, we are gonna get one more rune next session, probably. Probably not gonna skip slime. I hate skipping the 4th rune. Then we'll finish out. Did we finish dungeon? I think we finished dungeon. We'll go to depths. We'll go to Zot, and we'll win. And maybe I'll do crypt as well. We'll see on that. I'm a little wary about crypt these days, now that I know that they made Lignify not give you resist negative anymore. So fighting a cursed skull with Lignify is no longer a great play, which is a little sad, because there was already a counter that they had built in, the Flayed Ghost, but now it's like half the things they summon really ruin your day. So kind of creates an issue. But we can probably figure something out if needs be. Anyway, that is going to be it for the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed, but until next time, I am signing out. Formerly Malcolm Rose. Now I am Dusty Ridgeman. I changed my name because I like to write. Read my books and you can be my friend. They're free on my site, but I'd like some cash if you'd like to be generous. Cha-ching. Finding your way to my heart can be done, but it's my wallet that you have to touch. Dusty Ridgeman.